Welcome to Tears of Aihrde.
Oh, I do like that. Okay.
Shadows. No, Shrine of the Ancients.
Shrine of the Ancients.
Shrine of the
Maybe
Ancients.
shadows. Who knows?
And
Who
shadows
knows?
too, yes.
Probably.
Oh,
I really should write the titles on the top.
Maybe.
This is number 33.
Yes, you got it.
Basically, it makes your
You
attack
mock
roll
me.
lower, but you do more damage. Worth it, in my opinion. I don't.
Hello,
Okay.
everyone.
I mean, maybe.
As always, Manda, good to see you
You'd
in.
have to have a John, though.
Also, we had rested.
Everyone's just trying to give it
Correct.
to you
We rested.
now. Range. Ooh, you should check out
Then
I'm so happy we did.
I'm really happy we did too.
killeth thy Wi-Fi.
Ah,
Faint with a range.
Indubitably
done.
Killed.
Basically,
Killed.
fainting is something you did as
oh,
Kate,
did
if
I
you remember.
put?
You
Okay, man, what's gonna happen today? This should be fun.
It's gonna be real fun.
It should be fun. We'll see. I just love all the different things you guys are doing, and
Basically, you take a single action.
like I said last time, the different choices that were made and directions.
that could be good.
And
very
I've got
situational, I would
like
say.
so many variables in my brain that, but I
That's what
think
I
some
have.
fun things
So
could
if you're
happen.
gonna
We'll
use
just
the
see.
sap that-
What does that mean?
So,
That's so scary.
No, it could be fun. It's not all scary.
Yeah, maybe.
It could be scary.
It sounds
It could be
cooler than
scary.
it is. It basically lets you sneak attack people who have
Is the
concealment
truth
against
scary?
you.
Like, is uncovering the
The
truth?
truth is the truth. What's that mean, John?
what does that mean?
What do you mean?
Does this have to do with the
Yes.
fate? Is this the fate thing? Are we finally gonna figure out the fates?
Oh, figure out the fates. Wow, that would be a big task for this episode, to figure out the fates.
Are we gonna have a hint to the fates? Are we gonna get a whiff of the fates?
You might. It depends. Okay, I will say that is possible today. It is possible.
I need this. I need this to happen.
Getting better.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just panicked.
Hyperventilating.
Hey, Jeff, good to see you.
Grass means that you basically-
Yes, as was said on Friday, I woke up today and chose, or Wednesday, I woke up today and chose
Toughness can
violence.
also be awesome. It just gives you more. hit.
Cameron.
Trollord Games! Our good friends, thank you for the raid.
Level 5, you would gain
Because I have this in case I need it.
Might I trouble you to
5 more hit points.
Two.
get ready for the game?
No.
All right.
No, I'm helping your wife.
Let him cook. Let him help.
Hey, all.
Fighting can also be
Thank you so much,
wheel
Chuck.
fires.
Let's
All
go
of our good
raid.
friends, Tracy raiding in, of course.
Thank you.
The
Thank
Ship
you.
of Fools,
Such
thank you
great
for raiding us.
company.
We're
Truly.
just getting ready to kick off.
For me really quick.
Whoa, let's go! Oh, thank you, the Kirk. That also reminds me to kick off my my bit tracker and my automatic dance making machine.
Makes it towards the
Oh, we need it.
forgot
No.
to do that.
Why would
Hold
you
on.
do this to us, Kurt?
Kurt, I need it today.
Kurt.
Kurt, I was
I
reminded
remember some of the
painfully
slides that we were looking at.
that I have not killed any players, PCs, in some time.
You want
And
to?
so, no, I don't
why do you
want
wanna
to,
do that
but I don't
today?
want to be mocked for not doing it
When are we
either.
gonna
So
find truth
I
that
might,
we're dead?
I might succumb to peer pressure, and
No.
John, please. We beg. The children are begging you.
the children
You have
beg for
no
life.
idea how many bad fate deals I'll make if one of my friends dies.
Like that.
Whenever you charge an opponent from higher
It's
ground,
gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad.
flying, you get a +5. So if you're higher than a
Oh,
Just
God.
sacrifice Finley,
I
that'll
think that
work.
works for a ninja.
No!
Yeah.
Moose.
Moose, no! My
know.
boy, my sweet fellow. My sweet little guy.
plus
It's his
five.
birthday. Leave him alone.
It is his birthday.
+5 to attack rolls, yeah.
Was that gonna work in these?
Blasphemy. I agree. Thank you,
Guy
Mr.
and it's his
Slothman.
birthday.
But you only get a feat every 2
He's
levels,
just a little
so
guy.
it'll be quite a while before you get to choose another one.
I've been in such a different headspace roleplay wise.
I know.
I am having to shift back into like
It's never going to be
who
guaranteed
Dahlia
that you
is
get
as a
higher than
person.
your opponent.
Absolutely.
So you're always
Mila
taking
is a
that risk.
lot.
We will be playing
different.
momentarily, guys. Hang with us.
Mila's a lot different.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so,
I'm trying to remember
yeah,
which is
having
like
to.
select.
I listened to the playlist on my way,
Yeah,
like an
that's what I
hour
did, too.
before, and that helped. That was good.
And the
It's great to have a
faint
grounding
one,
activity
maybe?
to get into a character
for sure.
headspace.
The what?
I also reminded myself
like
of, you know,
faint
everything that happened.
What the new
Okay, the tracker launcher is up, and we're about ready to play some D&D.
There's also one that we looked at.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
getting more
About?
just as good. This might honestly be your best option right now.
Go for it.
We'll do extra.
That's all cleaned up.
You can use your key to make an extra attack every round.
Oh, well,
so
that's-
like it's pretty good to just get more.
We're doing.
Okay,
All right.
ready?
We are.
Here we go.
Yeah.
You are both. By the way, how's audio, everyone?
Thank you. Yes, of
I
course.
probably need to do these
Oh
cameras
yeah,
too.
camera.
'cause
I don't know if you
always
saw,
have to
but
do that. All right.
I got chocolate banana bread. It's upstairs.
Oh, it is
I'll
so
have a
good.
piece on break.
It is
But you call
so
it
good.
camera.
We are live
Yeah,
on
that's
video
what
in
Netflix
3,
called me.
2,
They call me
and
hand
1.
camera. camera shy
We're too
already.
hot.
We're too hot.
They
It's 80
blew the
degrees and
camera
it's October
instantly.
1st,
I
and
knew
we're
that would
very
happen.
hot.
That's okay. We'll fix this quick,
can't help
quick,
it.
easy.
Why are we disappeared?
Are we all disappeared?
No, just them.
There were empty chairs.
That's
Okay, yeah.
really
It is. It's just you two, and then not us. There's just nothing
Really
over
funny.
here.
Wait, I want
we
to
go.
see.
Hello and welcome everyone. Blue Box.
That is really good.
That was Tears of Aihrde, episode 33, titled Shrine of Ancients. And our party is now just getting into the fringes of Ye Twilight Woods.
I don't want to know the truth.
And so they came north from Altamira here up the side of the Bald Mountains on the eastern side of that mountain circuit, and then they cut into the woods where they saw the accosted caravan. They're now just one short day's travel inside the thickly forested area, and they have found this shrine. They had options, which we'll go through in a moment as Thomas tells us what happened last time, but that's where they are, and we are excited to have you all with us. So, Thomas, tell us what happened last time.
Well, goodness, folks, it was both jam-packed and not a lot happened.
All at the same time.
We
I'd say
started
a
last
lot
session,
happened.
as John had mentioned, in the thick of it, getting further into the thick of it, with every passing step, finding ourselves encompassed and surrounded by more and more brush of the forest, until at some point or another we decided, boy howdy, we're tired. And decided to bed down for the night.
Because somebody
So-
wanted to level up.
Somebody wanted
Yeah.
to level up rather aggressively.
Valid.
Rather aggressively.
Also needed more spells, so
Need
that
more
helps.
sleep.
Yes.
It's fine. So
Beauty sleep.
Throg and Dahlia proceeded to flatten some ferns while the rest of the group began preparing some hammocks to put up in the trees to attempt to hide themselves as much as is possible from what passersby might come along on this, what we know to be orcish travel route. Fortunately for the group, Finley's ears, tied with Mila's, managed to hear some snacking, you might say, happening.
I'd
in
say
the
that's a good word.
and it needed to be investigated, and Throg wasn't going to let it go, and neither was Click. And so the two of them ventured off down the road, while Dahlia managed to keep eyes from a distance until Click managed to catch ears with what exactly was going on there, and Throg made a bit too much noise, and they stopped for a moment, realized what was out there was an orc snacking, and Click let loose the fact that it was an orc, and Throg got real angry and
Valid.
just
Throg
bolted
smash.
through the woods, through the trees, lifted a full tree out of the ground.
Which created this glorious piece of artwork
beautiful.
from Pat
Thank you,
Draws.
Pat.
Throg smash.
He raced
So good.
to the orc, grappled it by the throat, lifted it feet into the air, and threatened to kill it in an instant before Dahlia and Click managed to catch up and tell him to stop, because we might be able to ask some questions and get some answers, which we did. Not many of them, but some decent ones. We learned about the Grave Lord is who they now follow. They are no longer well, they might be the Wolf clan, but they follow the Grave Lord. And that they lost 3 of their men to Thodin, and that Thodin managed to survive and is likely further along north on her path, heading that way.
As she should.
And that their stronghold can hold as many orcs as he could count on the hands and feet of 3 to 4 orcs.
Now maybe
If
he's
they
bad
can
at
count.
math.
Exactly.
Maybe
If
he's
you
like
can
me.
count.
Which, if Click understands math, is 60 to 80. If the orc understands math, could be 6 to 8.
3.
Maybe he meant
four.
literal hands and
Literally,
toes
yeah.
and not the fingers on them. We'll see. But you might as well go with your worst case scenario first.
Valid.
Click might have said the wrong things in the wrong order to Throg, and Throg ripped his head off in an instant.
As he should.
All right. Spreading blood everywhere.
She's learning from Daisy.
I think arterial blood sprayed out, tendons ripped out of the neck, spinal cord sort of
pretty
flopping
gross.
off. Like,
Rachel's learning. Rachel's
Pretty
learning.
gross. And so the group then made their way back to camp, revealed what had happened, and talked about night watches and what would happen that night. And Mila obviously wanted to talk with Click and got a little aggressive. And so,
As she should.
word. word.
It was warranted.
She got aggressive.
Fully warranted.
Yeah.
Straight up what occurred.
You've earned
I
it.
just was a bit
Congratulations.
more emphatic about
Direct.
it.
Oh, emphatic. Direct.
Yeah,
Okay.
those are good words.
We'll pull out a thesaurus and keep saying the same stuff over and over again. Anyways, they
It's not bossy.
they
It's
sat
direct.
at the base of a tree amidst the camp and caught different angles, keeping watch. And Mila began to talk to Click,
Monologue.
asked if it was okay for her to clarify some things. She first apologized for the way she had acted and treated Click, which went over well, was much needed for him.
Big success.
A big success. And she then continued to go on exactly as Rachel just said in a monologue, which Click fully allowed her to do, and Thomas fully understood was prepared by the player and needed to come out. And it was gorgeous. It was heartfelt. It cut to the core of her character and also to the core of Click. And she said precisely some of the things that Click needed to hear, chiefly of which was she was his friend and cared about him in that way. And so things
Because
seemed
others
to-
had failed to say such
Others
things.
did say to feel such things. We're not going to name any names.
No pointing fingers. No name and name.
But
Frenchman.
Daisy did do it.
Oh my god.
I like that we both throw each other under the bus at the exact same instant. That was really good.
And sometimes that's what friendship brings.
But the core understanding of where the two came to in that discussion was that they both could have treated each other a little better and done things better. And with that understanding, moved on to Click discussing a little bit of his own personal trauma that he has been through and how it seems to Mila relates to some of that a lot in some ways. And control came up and some talk about Click lacking control in some interesting times and ways. And they eventually ended that conversation for the night, surrounded by beautiful yellow floating lights throughout the forest, which was interesting to note, as it was very different to the blue lights that were there.
Correct.
Just the night before when they
paying
had
attention.
argued. Thank you, thank you. Listen, I don't miss the details.
this guy.
The details are my favorite. But they awoke the next morning. Apparently, Dahlia heard the whole friggin' thing. Daisy was asleep the whole time, and Throg likely heard a lot of it too. But they awoke to not Click, to David, much to
Yay!
Daisy's chagrin, as she was very, very much looking forward to not only getting to know Click a little bit better, I guess, but also just David's not maybe the most martially adept in her opinion.
And to be clear, I think chagrin belies the actual rage that she felt.
I felt it as well. She just
Outrage even.
kept singing Bailey's Ball over and over again, like an insane person. It was horrifying to witness. And
Just stomping her feet like a kid in a
Yes,
supermarket aisle.
Yes,
some might say, but she made it very clear that she was not excited to see David, and David was not very excited to see that. Was quite hurt by it, made it clear to her. They argued as Throg managed to just leave and walk away as he was wanting to get along with things. And Dahlia caught up.
You are
and
definitely sugarcoating this. He felt it was a waste of time.
Oh, for
and
sure.
he was, yeah.
For sure, a full waste of time. Why are we arguing about this stuff? Fully useless. Dahlia followed, and on her way, saw a sign post with a pixie nailed to it. Written in Sylvan, it said dangerous. And she stopped, called for Throg to stop. Mila chased after Throg, managed to convince him with some diplomacy, some good diplomacy on Throg's part, while the group caught up with Dahlia and discovered what was going on. Dahlia had done a small burial rite for the pixie, and the group decided they didn't want to, in this instant, continue following down the Orcish path. They had to know what was going on here, and followed what looked to be a much smaller little path into the woods.
Because danger to the orcs might be friends
Might be
to us.
friends to us.
Correct.
Was
and,
the
and by smaller, more overgrown, not traveled.
yes,
near-
much
right,
less
exactly.
trodden, and they rather quickly came upon ancient ruins. We assumed to be perhaps even older than the Winter Dark Wars themselves, which
So for you new to Aihrde, that would be
at least 1,000 years, at least. Quite a long time. Aihrde is a world with a treasured and long history to it that has seen many decimating events. So places like this aren't too uncommon. And we discovered as we walked to it an archway that Dahlia implored the group to stop at. A number of woodland beings began to appear on the outskirts of the grove, almost like an audience watching, hoping to see something chaotic occur. And Dahlia said a small little prayer in a hopeful phrase of welcoming to the grove when a wolf made of pure shadow emerged from the door at the back of this place, a shrine.
At which point
to
we argued
someone
over
we
what
had
the
not
word
checked.
loping meant.
Yep.
I thought it was derived from galloping, but apparently not. You know,
Well, I think
etymology.
I think it's a root. It's inside, right? So gallop. It
Yep,
would
yep,
include
yep.
the lope. Yep.
And all of us, following in Dahlia's footsteps, bowed, save for one of us, Throg the Unbowed. He stood there. He earned a title that day. He stood up to the wolf, and lucky for him, the dice worked in his favor, and he earned some of this creature's respect as it turned back towards the shrine, entering in it and allowing us entrance into the grove.
There was a mutual snarl.
Yes.
involved.
A growl occurred, and Dahlia entered into the grove. We all followed. She told us a little bit about what she knew about this shrine. We learned that it was of a woman known as Laura Fane, a legendary druid, also called the Tree Friend, who likely held large swaths of the Twilight Wood under her protection, if not the whole thing. And she was a follower of the goddess Wenifere. The goddess of nature is what David assumes, but that was not made clear. But Dahlia offered up a prayer to both Wenifere and to Laura Fane in this moment, hoping that they would accept her entrance into this shrine and help her to better understand who she is, and what is going on. And a beautiful moment occurred as her prayer was welcomed with open arms. The trees above opened, a bolt of light just sort of
lightning,
shone
I'm
down over her. And the woodland beings that once saw themselves the audience of this place entered in and found themselves upon her shoulders and on her feet and doting on her, and it was a very beautiful little moment. And they eventually scattered off as the door into the shrine opened before us, welcoming us in.
Which I had to do manually. Let's see if it's working today. Here we go.
Please, it's the best sound effect we have on the board.
I have many good sound effects,
But it's the
this
best
one
one.
I did manually. So the door opened. Yes.
We were able to do that as kids
Yes,
too.
yes.
We've just gotten a little stronger.
That's quite the door. And that's where we left off last time.
Well done. All right. Quickly introduce your characters, and then we'll play the video. We'll get right into it today. I cannot wait to see how you guys explore this shrine.
Hopefully
Let's
safely.
start today with this side. Daisy.
Well, good morning or good afternoon, Mad Chatters.
It is.
Oh, this is Daisy Bell. I am now, after a much-needed rest, beauty sleep, I might call it. I have ascended to level 5.
Ascended. Huzzah!
I have added many things into my special set of
Your
skills.
repertoire.
And add a little extra key points just for your viewing pleasure.
For you.
Only for you. No one else.
Just
For the
you.
audience.
Now it's
Nobody
yours.
else. Just you.
Just out here defending the weak, bringing justice to all
Yelling
that
at
needs
the
to be
weak.
justice.
The fact that you
So,
keep pointing that out every time, you won't let it
Being
go.
mean to the weak, aka David. It's not weak.
Whoa!
There you go.
I think I'm
Nicely
stronger
done.
than her.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
that's
drink
probably
more
true.
honeysuckle sweet tea. There we
should.
go.
Yeah.
Mila.
True, she is stronger than me.
Hey there, I accidentally hit my mic. It's fine. I'm Mila, or Rachel,
Whoa.
playing Mila. And Mila is totally human. She
Hold on
is
one
an
moment. I've got to
Obdura.
fix the camera. It's lagging. So pause.
Say,
This'll take
Pausing.
allow
3
the words
seconds.
to enter your mouth before your lips speak them.
And-
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Resume.
No.
There you go. You're live.
No.
Hi, folks.
No.
I'm Mila, also known as Rachel, or Rachel, also known as Mila. Whatever way you want to
Who
flavor
knows
it.
anymore?
I am a level 5 Obdura. I have Finley, who is my familiar and the sweetest boy ever in the world. I'm totally human. I have bright gold eyes, because that's totally a human thing. Stark white hair in the front, just a little strand of it. Who knows what that's about? We're about to explore into a fun little place, and I'm very excited.
All right. Let's go to Click.
Well, good
David.
afternoon, everyone. David Preston here, your favorite owner of Well Equipped
Click.
in the low quarter of Altamira.
Currently
Master
on the
leatherworker
road,
and,
yeah.
and currently afraid of snakes. Very afraid. Snake could show up at any moment. Could be the worst day of my life. Could be a bad day. Real, just very afraid. Level 5 vigilante, perfectly capable of proving himself worthy of a fighter. We'll see how that goes. Because last time he was in a fight, didn't do so good. If I remember,
You did okay.
Rachel was playing David in the moment
rolled
against
really
the Outback, and he didn't
badly.
hit once.
You
It was
stole
bad.
stuff from its dead body
I
really
did
good,
steal
though.
stuff
Yes.
from its dead body,
That is
and then
true.
ran like a child.
We all ran.
But boy, howdy, was it good. Does that tickle you?
Yeah, it's funny. Let me laugh, okay?
No, I won't allow it. Not in this house.
Okay.
That's David Preston, folks. He's pretty great.
Nicely done. Dahlia.
Hi, I'm Cameron. I'm playing Dahlia, who is maybe a half elf. We don't really know. We don't. Who can say?
Well, certainly at least half elf.
half
We don't know
elf,
what the other half
for sure.
might be.
Other half?
Exactly.
Could be anything. Verdant Bloodline Blood Rager, having a great time. Maybe gonna learn something about myself today. Who knows? Maybe something about the world writ large. We're not sure. We're gonna learn something.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Surely, right?
Hopefully.
I mean, surely we learn at least one thing.
Hopefully we
Yeah.
learn all of the things, though. I
Right.
want to know
we don't
all of
learn
the
that
things.
any of us are dead.
And with
so
that-
that's the only hope.
We resume. Announcements. Let me get these out of the way. So,
Good.
I finally got that right. Tuesday night, join us for Shakat. The Sea of Dark Sun titled episode, the Shakat Beetle, is part of this great module from Richard Baker, which we are modifying here on Blue Box, the Merchant House of Amkech. So you can catch that on Tuesday night. Then Wednesday, we have Courtney. Figuratively speaking, minis joining us, and we're doing
Oh,
part 2 of the painting. That's going to be a
That's
blast
there.
on
It's
Wednesday night.
gorgeous.
Oh, the ones
So
they
It's gonna
did with
be
Manda?
so
yeah,
good.
exactly. And Friday Night Crusades kicked off again last Friday.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Jeff and the team. Looked like it was going really well. That's going to be back this Friday night, so another
There were a
full
lot of
week
people in.
There were
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just all kinds of fun things happening here at Blue Box. Thanks for all of our new followers. Watch the video. When the video is done, we are in character.
Huzzah. Oh gosh, I need to actually. Thomas needs to get in character.
Don't we all?
I'm so scared.
It'll be just fine.
quite
What's
the
the
busy
worst
week.
thing that could happen? We all die?
Stop! What is wrong
Pit
with
of snakes.
you?
Pit of snakes is the worst thing that can
Pit of snakes is factually the worst thing that could happen.
I want a disclaimer here. No part of anything that happens today has been influenced by any phobias, concerns, or anything else expressed by any member of this party. These ideas and concepts were already in play long before.
He's not listening, but I think I know something.
I don't like that.
I'm just saying, like,
I think he's
You did a
mentioned it
little
way
thing.
too many times for something not to happen.
It's funny how like this
right?
stuff just comes together. I love it.
But he's not listening.
Which is better.
I sorry, Rachel distracted me.
I
No, it's
did.
okay.
My bad.
It's okay. No,
we saw
it's fine.
something that related to a previous campaign that we had played, and I had to share it.
Oh, gotcha.
I would just be aware. But
Of snakes.
Of you?
Oh, both, probably.
Okay.
You're just gonna kill him.
So
in
what
here.
I said was, I gave a disclaimer. No part of what happens today has been influenced by any phobia, concern, or any other lore fear that anyone has expressed inside this game or campaign. All of this was already existing in the lore of the game, my game, for quite
doesn't
some
sound
time.
good.
The lore that John happened to make and write and
The
do.
snake-based lore, I think.
But
came
a
out from the
long,
book.
a long time ago.
The camera's off.
Interesting. Wow,
No,
that camera's
everything's
really
off.
putting up a
Because,
fight.
oh, I see what
Yeah.
you mean. Oh, wait, I think the waving thing must be back on again.
I don't know
Somebody
if I
waved.
trust
No,
that,
it's
John.
fully off.
I don't know if I trust that.
Oh, it is fully off. You're right.
If you
So
trust
there-
what?
Oh, and
There's
this.
no.
There's gonna be a lot of snakes.
There's gotta
There could
be.
be.
There's gotta be. No way.
There's gonna be a lot of snakes.
This is awful for David.
It's like Indiana Jones or something.
I know.
That's what I was
for real.
thinking.
We're gonna
I
try
really
to
want to
have
just
to be
say the
snakes.
line at some point.
We're
just
gonna
to-
trip some type of
to have fun.
trap, and then we're gonna be snaked.
And
Oops, all
I'm gonna
snakes.
break some sort of copyright law, and John's gonna regret putting
Hey,
these
wait a
new
minute.
snakes in here. I'm gonna just start quoting Indiana Jones.
This place has been closed for a long time. They couldn't possibly still be alive.
It's the perfect place for snakes. It's
No,
dark and damp.
Snake
by the way, I
Mountain.
forgot. I got to get the announcement in before it's over.
Stones.
Virtual Greyhawk Con coming up next week. Jay has a big show tonight. Jay, I got to call you after the show to talk to you about that. But Jay, tonight we'll do a preview show. We have a Friday night game, all day Saturday, Saturday night game, all kinds of fun stuff coming. And now
Gigantic.
we begin.
So scared.
As the doors open,
Uh-oh.
you see cool, dark air pouring out. As the creatures scurry inside, they vanish, they leave Dahlia. The sense of this place now has peace. There is no further sense of being watched, of concern. There is just a sense of peace.
Peace.
And this door is open to you. Around? I did not say that.
No, it's just
Now you're paranoid.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
Great energy to end.
Yes. So giant. So again, to recap, a huge ancient stone shrine in the midst of the Twilight Forest, already described as being a shrine to Lorafane, follower of Guinevere, and it is covered with vines, and you see ancient foliage which shrouds it, almost like a father giving a hug to a child. And this door is open, as I said earlier, just cool air coming out, welcoming.
question for you. The shrine that we see, you mentioned there was this grove, right, that led
Yes.
kind of the opposite end of it is where the door of this shrine is? Or is there, can we see the building that resides on top of the earth a bit?
Yes, you can see it. I showed it last time.
Or does it go
no,
down?
No. Well, no. Here it's above ground.
Okay.
Yeah, it's above ground.
That was my
Nice.
question.
Yes. So
Good.
door, everything's above ground.
Just
doors,
feels better.
Yeah.
Totally more safe.
Now you don't know what.
How big could we maybe make out it to be?
So as you look around, you would call this the size of maybe something like the Bobet Common House.
Oh, all right.
You know, it's a good sized
Small.
structure,
Yeah.
but it's not massive.
Okay.
Okay, that feels better.
I
Good.
would love, as we're like taking a look around, to do some detect good.
Okay.
Just like on the area where we kind of saw those eyes.
The Shrine of Lorafane, maybe?
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
I would also like to
Question.
just look for more text anywhere else that's around.
Okay.
My blade.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't write this. Give me your passive perceptions
Do
again, please.
does it automatically give me
John, you
light,
gotta love
Mine's 19.
or do I need
Okay.
to press that button? Or does that
If what I remember from last time, you have to
24.
activate it
Yeah,
to...
mine's 19.
Stop. Yeah. The
But
new
where does it
perception.
cast
Looking
darkness
Soon.
over?
Soon.
Soon? I don't want it,
Soon.
but I don't want it. What about
No,
all
it's
my
not a
ranks
light
of
blade.
perception?
It makes shadow around
We'll
you
figure that
you
out.
can
That's
see
part of the
through.
system.
Oh, but I shouldn't use it.
Daisy Bell
Not right now.
and Click. What are your passive perceptions, please?
Mine would be, I
Oh.
believe, 15. And yours, I believe, is also 15 now, because you put a rank in perception. Although it might be 16.
Oh, let me check. Because the more the
All
better.
right. That's close enough. All right.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not going to beat Mila, that's for sure.
So
Valid.
you see, Dahlia, as you're looking at the
Application
outside,
perception.
you notice there are faded inscriptions on the stones of the outside. They have been weathered and washed, the heat, the snow, the rain, the changing of seasons. But they seem to describe the blending of all creatures in the Twilight Woods, that even those which consume bring life. Even those which drop seeds create food. Those which kill cull from the it's this sort of circle of life messaging that goes around the outside, and Mila, you detect no good.
I imagine this is a rather neutral place.
Next would be detect magic.
Okay. You have a 60-foot radius on that, correct?
I think it's 30 foot,
double check.
Is it 30?
I believe.
60 foot.
Oh, wow.
So, as you concentrate for a
good spell.
moment, yeah, it's as you concentrate for a moment, you do not sense any magic within the immediate radius.
As Dahlia's looking over these sylvan runes, which have sort of that elvish root to them, David will approach and just... Sylvan? Good? Bad? How are we feeling? Warm like summer?
Circular. You'll get it.
Goodness, that's really not helpful.
Talks a lot about all of it blending together in one sort of unending circle.
Interesting. What does this word precisely mean?
You see, it's hard. The
In
two,
common.
the two
There's a common word that
next
this
to
word
it
means?
inform the one in the middle.
Then what do these
And
three
that's-
words mean?
That's not how.
What does this word mean?
I don't know what.
Means we're all gonna die, doesn't it?
You know, they are concepts that cannot be distilled down to a single common
I
word.
think Dahlia takes out her journal and starts trying to poorly draw pictures of you. There's like a bug,
This is
and then
the
there's
least
a bigger bug by that, and
then there's a bird,
snake,
and then there's a snake.
And David's just
a
like,
bug.
but language has meaning. You can at least translate it to something. Does this sentence mean big bug eats small bug?
At the heart of it, yes.
Oh, okay.
Little
All right.
bug kicks big bug.
Listen.
What are we talking about?
Language, I believe.
You got this, Cam. You could do it.
I think Dahlia just kind of like holds her hand out towards his mouth and just goes, just listen. I
You
read it out
hear
to you.
the sound of the wind through the trees. You see the occasional snowflake that somehow manages to evade all the leaves and boughs of the tree to fall on these ancient stones.
And I
You
think,
hear the skittering of small. You can, if you are really quiet, you can hear the pitter-patter of insect feet upon crevices in the rock.
and then I read out the sentence at the same time. You listen for both. And it makes it what it is.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I really want to learn Sylvan now.
I'm a great teacher.
Yes.
Do you gotta be
Look,
like
I've studied a
one
lot
with
of different
nature?
languages.
A little.
Because I have no
She's right
idea
in
what you're
that
talking
there's
about.
Little
That's
that
okay.
can be,
I'm
some
gonna
words
die,
have more
aren't I?
meaning
You're
than
not gonna
what
die.
common distincts it as.
Dahlia, like, Dahlia's
So,
looking over
feel
your
a little
shoulder,
disconcerted.
not looking at your eyes.
Yeah. You did not sound very confident in that statement.
I've never been here before. I don't know what's in there. I want to find out.
Well,
Well, then
Why don't we enter? At the very least,
but we
know-
don't even know how to read what that thing
I mean,
says.
I know how to read.
And I'm
Well, what
I'm
does it
great
say?
at
half decent at it now.
She just said big lug eat biddle bug.
And technically, that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Words are like strong drink. Too much, not good.
Well,
I'm there with you.
I was very interested to see where this analogy was going to go. I don't know if I agree. Either way,
A lot
it seems
is
like
also pretty fun.
this place, it seems like
think-
this place is about the balance of nature, both birth and death, life as a circle, if I'm to understand it. So we should go in with the caution of understanding that they no more care for us to be alive than they do for us to be dead.
so cautious.
Also, this is not. And Dahlia just kind of gestures to all of it. I don't know if any of us were made for this space. We are guests.
Well, then why are we here?
We were invited in.
We've been invited.
And
By
remember,
good or by bad?
well, and just to be clear again, because I saw something, this is not necessarily a Fey shrine. It's a shrine
Of a
to a
druid.
druid who is called Friend of Tree and Friend of Fey.
Yes.
So is he giving us a warning?
No, just a clarification.
Just to clarify.
I've given one warning today, and I think it was
So-
already picked up. So
What was that?
Snakes.
Oh,
Just so many snakes.
the high
didn't say so
possibility of
many.
snakes.
Didn't say
did
so
this
many.
door
One.
open to eat us, or did this door open to welcome us?
I imagine if that wolf wanted to do some to us, it would have already.
No, it could lure us into its abdomen.
Is this
Dahlia-
not like the bridge in GHA Book 2?
Dahlia
It took them
also-
30 minutes to go over?
I was going to say, Dahlia puts out an ear to hear if any of the squirrels or whatever are having the air choked out of them by something horrible ahead.
Yeah, so as you listen, no, you hear like the little squeals and squeaks and then they slowly come back out and they have nuts in their mouths.
Well, they look friendly.
And
They are.
They look like fresh. Like this temple is ancient, but they come out with fresh nuts, and the birds come out with worms in their beaks, and everything seems to have come out back out, pulling some.
Dahlia just instinctively starts walking towards the entryway and would take just a little more portion of like whatever kind of sweet roll she had, place it at the door, and kind of like dipping a bit of like the wine that she carries kind of on her fingertip, draw a circle around it, and just say, I hope it's okay that we continue our entry.
I see something that she does, so I go and gather flowers
Okay.
and stick them in pouches.
Okay. Wait,
All right.
hold
I
on.
got
Roll
it.
percentile dice, please.
Oh, nuts.
She finds it.
She gets poison ivy.
This?
The D
2d10. Remember
Why
the
do
2d10?
I not know that?
It's
find-
1 in 100. You've only been playing for
Find
15
Daisy
years. It's
in
okay.
in a poppy field a la Wizard of Oz, just passed out.
Oh no.
Why are those 2 8s?
Because you grabbed a
Because you
D8 and a
grabbed
D10.
Yeah, a D10.
Oh.
That's a D12.
That's a 18, folks.
It's bad teaching.
That's again. You grabbed your D.
Oh my gosh!
Eight.
What is
Went-
wrong
went-
with
went-
me? What am I supposed to...
Put your
Those-
glasses
yes,
on.
but those-
Put your
no,
glasses
those-
on. There you go.
I think those, it's
Those are the 2D10s.
those are it.
Oh, 17. Crapola.
Okay.
Let me
All
roll again.
You, no, you,
No, let me roll.
Let me try it again.
you gather a
keep
nice
rolling.
bouquet of various flowers and various colors. And
And then I get some in my hands.
Okay.
And I go to the door and I go, I'm a friend.
I'm kneeling on the ground and just a bunch of all over me.
David laughs at the irony of a person who requested the angrier man, and she's throwing flowers into the air and asking to be friends.
that's fair.
And he simply says, "I don't plan on going in there unequipped. I will have this crossbow at the ready, gnashing
that's
teeth
fine.
and whatnot. Why don't we head on in?"
I got my shade blade.
All right.
Remember the rules, Dahlia says as she stands up.
Well
no
understood.
deals.
So
No
I'm going to
deals.
presume, Dahlia, are you going in first?
Yeah.
Throg stands close by your side. He grunts. You can hear the grinding of his gauntlets as he walks in, louder than his tusks grinding. But he stands protectively near you. Next, go. You could walk two abreast.
Okay,
in here if you
I'll go
want.
right next to Mila, and as we go in, David
Okay.
will just say, "I've noticed you holding onto your necklace, rather focused. What is it you're doing? If you don't mind my asking."
Yes, I'm just keeping an eye out. There's a gift Lizzie had bestowed upon me. I can see magic sometimes.
Oh, that's particularly helpful in this regard. Why don't we stay close to Mila if we can? You two can lead, of course, but
Kind of fall back.
don't go too far.
As we
I
kind
don't
of
plan on it.
pass through the threshold as well, in a language that none of you guys speak, she does murmur a little prayer of, "Please watch over us, Lizzie. I pray that Winifred is a friend and not a foe."
Nice.
And enter in.
As you step through the doors, this wash of cool air comes over you. It's refreshing. It's like you've dipped into a spring of clean, clear water. When you walk behind, all the sounds outside seem to become muted. And before you see ancient stone walls covered again by vines. Most peculiar, you see leaves upon the ground. They're not wilted. They look fresh as the day they fell from a tree. You see roots poking through from the ceiling. There is a torch sconced on the wall that gives no heat and casts flickering illumination in this ancient hall. You can dimly make out ahead what looks like an archway, whatever's behind it obscured by vines that hang almost like a curtain before and I'll show Matt Chatters.
I'd like to look and see, just kind of on the ground, if there's any sort of path that the creatures that had come in here had taken as they kind of walk about. I know that I'm much heavier than them, so if they didn't set something
No,
off,
I mean, this is not be
doesn't
hard
mean
for
that
you.
I don't
yeah.
have to.
Yeah, you can see there are little footprints here. You can see places where there are little piles of nuts, and some have been picked out. But this was closed, so clearly it was your opening, but they felt safe as they came in. They grabbed. You can see worms crawling on the ground, then going between the crevices of the stones, small bugs crawling up the walls. A slender tail of something vanishes into one wall. Just, you see life all around. In this place of ancient, closed in, it's a shocking amount of vibrancy all around you.
Dahlia kind of leans back in like a sly whisper towards David, points at a worm and just goes, Just so you know, city boy, it's not a baby snake. Don't be afraid. And then just kind of keeps walking forward.
Oh my gosh.
I've seen worms. I keep plants in my house.
Well, how
have to admit,
nice
that
of
was kinda
someone
funny,
to
though.
light a torch.
Yeah.
Just for me to
Was that
see.
already
Is that magical?
lit from the doorway before we walked in?
No, you could not see it until you saw darkness. When you crossed the threshold, you felt that bathing of crisp clearness. Then you saw the torch. You saw everything behind.
Is it magical at all? The torch?
So as you're detecting magic, you feel faint magic from the torch, and up ahead, you feel stronger magics.
It smells like a florist in here.
This reminds me
So
much of Fauna's.
crisp and clear. I wonder if we can pick the flowers. Do you think they would not want us to pick them?
Enjoy them with your eyes, not with your hands.
Should we see what happens?
No.
Oh, wow. Quite the idea.
And you were worried about dying. I get why now.
But you know, I'm a curious one.
I know. That's one of your best
At
qualities.
least I'm asking. I'm learning.
It seems like we have one way forward and it is blocked by vines. Any ideas?
Cut
And then
them
when I
down.
say blocked, it's not you can see. I mean, it's not blocked per se.
Yeah.
It's just like a curtain.
Okay.
Yeah.
You pull
thing.
it back.
I think Dahlia kind of like holds out her hand, sort of squeezing her hand, and the vines around her wrists sort of like tighten as she does, and then just goes, "Would it be okay if I move you?" And kind of go to do that, unless the vines say otherwise.
As you reach out, before you even touch the first vine, you see they pull away, they intertwine with one another, like creating a braid, and
Oh, they
open
love
up.
us.
And you see something beyond, which is, it takes a moment to reconcile what you're seeing. I'll show this to the viewers. You see across the way more of these cool burning torches. There looks to be an altar directly in front of you. You can see there's some glowing from the corners of the room you cannot see yet from this vantage point. But in front of the altar, two huge, scaled, hooded, golden serpent necks, which twine into the altar. There are pools of water to either side, so you can see this much. There's a throne. There's a flame. Golden hooded serpent statues which intertwine into it and glowing from the four corners of the room. Also, you can make out from this vantage point there are pools of water here on either side. The still pools of dark water, just gentle ripples that flow over the top. But again, there is no dank scent here. There is no scent of rot. The vines which come down seem to interweave inside the stone, like a man might twine his fingers together.
That's good. Nice.
I think that there is this kind of odd sense of familiarity within Mila, of that calmness that we felt whenever the doors opened, and this feeling of life everywhere. And while she is keeping an eye out, she is immensely impressed is one word, but there's like an awe to it.
Interesting. Whatever the opposite of that is, David is feeling. Interesting. It's really odd that that's happened.
Dahlia, I don't even think has noticed the altar yet, and is just kind of looking at the vines and just, "You are so talented," as she kind of walks through and then takes in the next.
As you walk through, one of the vines reaches out and gives a gentle caress to your shoulder. You feel truly welcomed here. And yet there is still a sense of the cautionary note. All right, so as you walk
Before
in,
entering the archway, David
Yes.
takes a deep breath and has a very trepidatious move to him, steps just barely into the threshold, expecting something. He looks over the edge of the arch above him.
I think Dahlia kind of like looks at the snakes and looks back at David and just goes,
Just statues, right?
Are they magic? Is that where the magic is coming from?
So as you walk in the room,
And I say thank you to the vines as well.
you don't get a reaction from the vines, but Finley speaks in your mind. Mila, I like this place.
Me too.
But I also still sense danger
Stay here forever. Gonna leave.
The danger of and he kind of pauses for a moment. You feel a catch in his throat. The danger of a cat, which has no evil, but has hunger. The danger of a predator who only does what it must, with no malice. This place is peace. This place is also life. It is also death.
Thank you. And she'll relay that, saying, Finley likes this place, but it is, as he put it, like a cat, in that it has hunger. It is life and also death.
Just like a cat?
Well, that wasn't his exact wording. I didn't go in the precise order. He's much more eloquent than I am.
Often said of rats.
But just careful. And she's keeping a sharper eye out now.
Understood. I will be as Andromedus, the great hero in the book you told me to read. I will be...
Have you read it?
Good bit of it, yes.
We will talk later. Focus.
Yeah, you're looking strong as ever, David. And I look.
I just flick your shoulder.
What kinds of flowers do I see?
So here,
Even a flower.
here the glittering serpents. Let's get a close-up
Ooh,
view of those. You can see the hooded
Get a load of that snake.
cobras coming around,
Love
and
'em.
they seem to be biting on to the altar.
Oh, biting, are
Oh,
they?
biting.
You see what looks like a ritualistic dagger and a pewter cup that sit upon it. But what also catches, you don't see flowers. You do see these roots that come through from all areas. But what you also see here, and this is the easiest way for me to show this to you. Let me open this.
Oh my God, look at that.
All the viewers are seeing a little bit behind the hood. You see there are 4 corners to this room.
Ooh.
To the left corner, you see a brazier. So to your front left. So again, to show you here, here's the altar, right? Here's the altar. So to this left side, you see what looks like a copper brazier, and there are sticks of incense which poke out. They look unburnt. Above it are woven tapestries in an interesting pattern. On the left are the auburn orange colors, and the right, the auburn orange color. In the center bottom, a bluish, almost purple, and bluish purple in the upper right and left-hand corners.
Do the designs throughout each, like, are they 6 separate tapestries, or are they
Yes.
3 that connect together?
No, they
in
are
one
they
design?
are 6 separate tapestries.
Do we need to have understand the specifics of where each are in the colors and
On the tapestry?
Yeah, it
'Cause if
is
so, I might
exactly
need you to
exactly
say it
as you see
again.
here. So
Great.
it is auburn, orangish auburn on the right and left panel. But sorry, I hit the camera there. Blue in the center, almost purplish blue, and purplish blue on the upper right-hand panels. Auburn in the center panel, right? So are you following here?
Yes.
So
Got it, got it,
I'll
got it.
show the cursor here for the viewers.
I've drawn
yeah,
it.
didn't
I have as well.
I thought the blue was
We've all begun.
stone. So yeah,
On
we
the-
got it.
Got it. See?
To the perfect.
Perfect.
You got to the right of the altar.
We're not going to mess this one up like taxidermy, John. We're going to do this one right.
to the right of the altar, you see all blue, all the panels. Still a brazier of copper with unburnt incense,
Brazier of copper.
and all the panels are that interesting purplish blue. To your immediate right, so closest to the wall where you walk through the vines, you see a pattern where the auburn is center bottom,
Inverse.
blue
Oh.
to the bottom left
You said
and right.
this was front or back
Right,
left?
it's like immediately to your right. So here, I'll show you.
Oh, so
you-
it's
yeah.
corners.
We've seen the front left and the front right. now we're looking
exactly.
back
So as
right.
you're walking
Yeah.
in, you can see here you are. As you're walking in, you see this immediately to your right. There's also a table upon which sit. It's a wooden table, heavily grained, thick wooden legs, and there are 4 crystals which glow with a very bright white light. And you definitely sense magic from these, Mila.
Good to know.
And then immediately to your left, so as you walk in to the opposite side, is a panel that is all
Red.
auburn red.
How fun, John.
And you step in. Your
Does this have the same incense
Crystals?
or crystals? Does it have a brazier?
yes, all of them
All
have
of them have the
braziers.
same
All of them
braziers.
have. Yeah, I'm sorry, I should have been clear.
But only the
all
immediate
of
right one
them.
is where the table is. with
Yeah.
those
Correct.
But
There's
that
a
has
table.
a brazier also?
Yes, all of them have braziers.
With incense.
Yeah. Uh-huh. All of them have braziers with unburnt incense.
Oh,
As
Goodness.
I look in this room,
One of us
just
is gonna die
quickly,
before it
having
gets
followed
solved.
kind of the tracks of the
Maybe two.
squirrels and whatever other little creatures came
You
in,
do not
they come
see
in
any
here?
in
One
here,
per
no.
corner.
Excellent.
They stopped outside this door.
Okay.
They
What
did not go past the vine. So the tracks that she saw of the small woodland creatures that had come in the entryway, they gathered what they could, they left, they did not come through those vines.
Can I?
This, in fact, as you step, you see this looks undisturbed. Your feet again step on fresh leaves. Some verdant green, some colored like fall, but all of them no withering, no decay.
Can I look around for some traps?
And the leaves
Okay.
are the leaves like
nervous.
all like from green to fall?
Yes,
to,
all
like,
the different. Yes,
Got it.
You see some that look like they're fresh in spring, some that look like they're in fall. But again, you don't see any that are withered. You don't see the decayed leaves that fall in late winter. All of these leaves contain the colors of their seasons.
Is it perception to look for traps?
Not exactly, no. All right, so Mila, where are you searching? Throg looks around.
This is your place.
Just don't bump anything.
Yes, let us be cautious with what we touch.
In fact, don't.
Your steps are probably too heavy anyway. Just try not to walk too much.
What? Walk too much?
I don't know. Don't take so many steps. It's you need to be light like a butterfly. What do you want to trigger a trap? This place, I want to touch everything, but I am afraid to.
Yes.
Yes.
Your instincts are good.
Good.
I think
Your
Dahlia kind of
secondary
like
instinct.
Dahlia
in the
kind of just
forest.
holds her hands up and like looks at she doesn't know what, but it's just like that's good, right? Right? Like to whatever presence may be in this room. I'm
Mila,
like,
you appear to
they're
be
trying to be
looking around.
respectful.
Do you sense any magic upon that dagger?
I am looking towards the front,
Yeah,
that
so
like front section. for
interestingly,
the
you don't
traps.
feel any magic coming from the altar, the dagger, the cup. These all seem ceremonial. Even the massive, scaled serpents, which curl. And by the way, they do look like they might be of gold. Now that you're closer, they are not just golden. They look like they might be actually solid gold.
Not gilded, just.
So what are we
gold.
supposed to do here?
We ought to figure that out.
Oh, I forgot to mention, there is a door to the left.
Oh, that would be.
Oh, hey,
That's good.
and
all right.
a door to the right.
Now,
and
I
yeah,
noticed
sorry.
one door is closed, one door is
Yeah,
open.
that was a mistake. Let me close that. Both doors are closed.
Okay.
But you do see the door to the left has an archway to it. The handles are copper and looks fairly normal. The door to the right mimics this, but there is a blue haze that shimmers in front of it.
That does not look good.
It would appear that that is the direction we need to unlock using whatever magical puzzle resides in this room to protect it from Evildoers.
The crystals are magical.
Well, we could pick them up.
I recommend we look around.
Yes.
By the way, quick aside,
Try
Mad
not to touch
Chatters.
anything.
This is a custom Tailspire board created by our friend
Very
Genghis to create the Shrine of Lorfane. We'll eventually post this onto Tails Tavern, but you won't find this anywhere else. This was specifically for this game.
Yes, why
we've
don't
got-
we take some time to look around, come up with some ideas of what we think is going on here, and regroup.
Dolly, there's 4 crystals, right?
4 crystals, 4
One for
brave
each of
warriors.
us. Oh, I forgot about Throg.
I don't think the crystals
We
are
at least
for
need
us,
4 of us.
but they might be.
Well, there's 4 corners,
One for
4
each
crystals.
corner.
Exactly. That was my thought.
Oh.
I cannot be the only one thinking that these tapestries relate to seasons of the year. Red being summer and blue being winter, and then whatever resides in between is just simply what season that should be.
That's a very good thought.
It just depends on which way the clock spins, to which one's fall and which one's spring.
Clock. Where's the clock?
I think
The
I like.
metaphorical
I
clock.
tap the side of your head and I just go, now you're thinking like an elf.
I don't know what that means, but
So
thank you.
what is the altar and what's the water?
These are all
What is
questions.
that?
Water.
It happens to all of us. Don't worry about it.
They seem disparate and unrelated to the seasonal thing. We should look in the room to the side and see what we can determine. Why don't Mila you continue doing
I
your search
feel
of
like
here?
there's something at the altar.
Well, why don't you help Mila find that out? I'm going to look in this room to the side.
Hey, Chandler, didn't see you earlier. All right, so you're going to go. What are you all doing?
I'm going to the room to the left.
Okay.
Without the blue haze.
All right.
Yes, the one that is unhazed.
And
Unhazed.
everyone else
Um,
going with him, or
oh gosh, hey, should we split? I don't think that's a good idea.
It's a small
Maybe
room.
we
You
should.
can. I'm 15 feet from you.
Yeah, still, doors
we have to
open,
go to each
doors
corner
close
together?
and lock.
No,
We're not
Rooms.
opening a door.
we'll be fine. I'm going to check the
go
door
into the
for
left
traps and
door.
locks.
all right. So you're
We're
checking. the door
already
for
going through a
traps.
door when there's so much to check out here.
We're not gonna
There could be information in there.
but just look. See
Okay.
if it's trapped.
I'm gonna go over to that shelf.
All right. So let's get this. So David saunters over to the door on the left, and Daisy Bell is walking over to the shelf.
Not there.
The
No.
one over on the
Not the
left-hand
table.
side.
There's
Oh,
a shelf.
Is that?
Oh,
Is that meant to be there?
oh, this here.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Is there
All right.
anything on there?
As you walk over toward it, yes, you see there is a small sack
Oh,
that sits beneath the bottom shelf, and there is an open book with weathered pages that sits on the middle shelf.
well, I think I found something that might help. Maybe.
Give it a read.
Didn't even tell you what it was.
I can see the book.
Well,
All right, so as David's walking to the door, Daisy Bell's talking. What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna go grab. Can I reach the book?
I'd go
Yeah.
with Daisy.
I touch the book.
All right, Throg.
Do you think I should grab
The
it?
book catches fire in your hand.
Throg stands
Yes.
right next to
Take
Dolly
a
and just
look
waits
around.
to see
Yeah.
what's happening.
See if there's any, I don't know, a plate or something that if we were to pick it up, things would be like from where, the angle that it's at. Can we read it, or is it too far up for us to?
The book itself?
Yeah.
No, it's like on a shelf, like here. You have to
little
reach up.
above.
Yeah.
I touch it.
Okay, you reach up, you pat a rough page. You feel the parchment beneath your fingertips.
Did anything happen?
No.
Okay. I scoot it.
The Jenny method for trap detection is interesting.
Touch it a little and see if
I
anything
touch
bad
it
happens.
a little bit.
You could tell John you want to check for traps, and then he could roll to see if you do, by the way.
No, but yeah, it's fine.
But I like
Yeah,
the Jenny
yeah,
method,
yeah.
which is
Yeah.
try everything
Either way,
that comes into your
thank
brain
you,
and see if
Chris.
something blows up.
Somebody's got to do it.
And it's not
You're
magical.
not at every
You're not
table.
wrong. You're not wrong.
It's not magical.
What?
The book, the
no,
shelf,
no,
nothing
the
around
book,
it.
nothing around the
Oh.
book or nothing.
Thank you for that.
Of course.
Jenny, are you particularly good at escape rooms? Just curious.
She's the person in the escape room who's picking up everything and moving
Yeah.
and
Oh,
just
yes,
being
I
like,
am.
this is a clue, but I don't know what it means, and you can figure that out.
Yes. I can't get out of it because I do everything at that
All
time.
at once, yes, yes.
Okay. I tap the book.
You push the book over.
Oh, nothing.
Interestingly,
We should
no
very-
dust. No, I mean, again,
Gentle. Books are.
What do you think I am? Some sort of giant.
Dinks the book.
I look back at Throg.
I looked.
You think I
think my head kind of like turns. I'm like, giant what?
I took care of
know.
books. I'm just.
I'm not gonna thrash it. So I
You,
pick it up.
you pull the book off the shelf. Okay.
Checks notes. Boom.
As you pull the book off the shelf, you see it contains stories of a botanical compendium. You look at the front cover of
Compendium.
it.
What is compendium?
It's a gathering together of many pieces of information all together in one place.
Like encyclopedia.
Yeah, right. And as you look at the front cover, it says "The Gardens of Gravenholm, a botanical compendium of the enchanted Gravenholm region."
Well, what I found.
I think while they're all doing that as well,
Mary would love that.
It's not even
I think
dusty.
Dahlia kind of stands like
Yes,
right at that
thank you.
apex
Seems to
of
be.
the quote unquote bridge over that water up to the altar.
Okay.
What language is this in?
It's in common.
Ooh.
Well, what do I read on the first page?
So
To my dearly beloved child.
no. So you open the first page.
Yes.
And again, for sake of time, we've got to limit what we do here. But you look at the first page, and it says, "It is critical to understand the ecosystem of all environments. The Gravenholm Gardens are first and foremost
Thrilling.
the domain of fauna,
What?
Fauna, like.
from which flora."
Oh,
From which
I don't think it's capital
flora-
F fauna,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, no, it's not. No. Yeah, right. Oh, sorry. Yes. No.
I'm like, oh my gosh!
From which flora flourish.
Flora and Flora.
For where the
Is this the Is this Graven Gardens? You guys, we're in the Graven Gardens. What is this called?
I don't.
Gravenholm.
Gravenholm Gardens is what is being described in this book.
Y'all, this is the Gravenholm Gardens.
I'm not sure if this
It has to be.
Hey, would I recognize
says
the name
yes.
Gravenholm?
So do knowledge geography?
Could I also?
Yes, anyone here
Ow.
can.
Yeah.
I've seen
All of you do
a lot
knowledge
of
geography.
maps. Right?
19.
Okay.
Ooh, 20.
Do I need to roll?
Not
Three.
that.
Yes, you're 3. Okay.
Where is that?
A garden. I don't even know what that is.
20, not that.
Flowers organized? Ooh.
And what do I need to have? Knowledge of nature?
Knowledge geography.
Geography. We're doing geography.
Okay, I have a basic 12.
So who had a 20 or higher?
Wow.
Okay.
20.
So
Man rolls a 19.
you recall from your
done.
time among the stalwart brothers, you did much study. There were many areas of both geography, politics, healing. There was a general education that you received. The Gravenholm Gardens were a legendary area associated with an ancient civilization on the far east side of Aihrde. Almost mythological, but you recall hearing about them.
I feel like Miri definitely had some interesting conversation
Okay.
about it.
I read page 2.
Okay.
Well, all right. Do you
How
want
long
me to
are-
go through it? I want to find something.
Okay.
John
so-
has every page written
Yeah,
out.
so
this? There might be nothing to find.
This is a 300-page tome.
Ah, dang it.
If you wish to, you can take a few days, or I mean, if you read quickly, maybe a couple of days, and sit here and read it all.
Okay, well, this is what I'm going to do.
Raven.
I'm going to open it up and point and read.
Okay. All right.
I would like to open the door.
Never done a Bible study.
Okay. Exactly. She's back in Sunday school. Yes.
Mila would tell you what she knows about
I
Gravenholm.
pray.
I would like to open the door.
Meditate.
Gravenholm is like a
I don't know. I
mythological
meditate and then open it up.
place
Okay.
in the east
as-
of Aihrde.
What?
Gravenholm's a mythological place.
Well, we're
almost.
somewhere
It's
east of Aihrde.
legendary
I don't
on
know.
the east of.
East of Airdrie.
don't know where
Airdrie
we
is
are.
the planet.
All right.
What did I say? Oh
As
no!
David, you reach out, you detect no traps. You cautiously grab hold of the door handle. It's locked.
David's eyes are rolling and rolling and rolling because he's just laughing at how Daisy thought how incompetent he would be. And she's just rolling through a book over there, having a great time. He's going to pull out the thieves' tools that he knows exists in on his back.
I do not think that is smart.
Okay, all right. So hold
You're
on.
looking through a book.
All right, so we're gonna pause here. So as you,
Give me
Calm down.
something out of that book.
I am. So the page you turn to,
Yes.
you put your finger right on the word dung. And as you look around it, you see it is an exposition on the efficacy of warthog dung to help all the flowers grow inside the garden. That
Well, this book is
it is the most
Warthog dung.
it is the most fertile,
Interesting.
rich dung of anything that
I
can be
slammed
dropped.
I didn't know about that. Oh, think gentle.
I think this book is for one of y'all. We'll bring it back to Fauna.
I'm not sure we should take it.
This is for one of you nerd
it
types.
belongs
This isn't
here.
my bag.
It's a very interesting and very old book, it seems.
Or do we? I don't
This
know.
does
I think we should.
aside. It does remind me, like 30 years ago, I did that with the Bible. I did like this. I opened it up and I hit boom, and he was nigh unto a herd of swine feeding. So, yes,
It's a dangerous game.
yes.
While they're kind of all doing that, I think Dahlia just kind of like is observing the room and just quietly. I mean, David might be able to hear, but you know, and this is all in Sylvan. We just go. I don't know if we've met somewhere. I was never given a name. I chose one. There was a flower that grew not too far from where I was raised, at the edge of the woods. And in the springtime, it would do this wonderful thing. Just in its existence, frogs and other little bugs would find themselves a home in the petals. Shelter. Something good. Protection. Now, sometimes birds were clever enough to know exactly where they were hiding, and it acted as a large boon for them, which then fed further and further and further. I want to be a hand in this process. I hope I can be that. I'm not a clever woman. Show me what you'd ask of me, and I can do it.
You speak these words in Sylvan. David, you weren't being particularly quiet, so I think it would be possible. But no, Throg just looks over, and you see his eyes. He looks almost mesmerized as these Sylvan words fall off your tongue. And he goes almost just slack-jawed listening. The language so melodic. It's like a snake charmer. As Throg listens, he actually begins to just move back and forth with the rhythm of the words with no comprehension of what's being said. And that you feel what could only be described as the gentlest kiss of wind on your forehead. And Dahlia, you receive a blessing, so you have bless for the next 24 hours.
I get dumb and she gets blessed.
You got irritable at a book, and you're surprised.
As something touches you, no words to your mind, no audible response, but that kiss, and you have bless now for the next 24 hours.
Thank you.
So David has thieves' tools. He's approaching the door. You have handed the book. Throg is slack-jawed listening to Dahlia.
I see the bag.
Yes.
I want to grab it.
Well, check just to make sure it's okay.
Okay, I
All right.
boop it.
Well,
All right. All right. As
Snakes.
you boop the bag as you're doing this.
All in there.
Go ahead and make your.
Before
Are you
I
gonna try to unlock it?
Before I try and unlock it, I'm definitely going to check the hinges and I'm going to try and peer through the lock if I can, looking for something that might trip if I try and unlock this. The
Okay.
wrong way.
As you peer through the lock, you can see straight through it. It's illuminated on the other side, and you see what looks like the grain of wood, but it's so small you can't see what it is. It looks like a darker, almost no, not quite that dark. Something between pine and mahogany, a medium-colored brown wood you can see through the hole a few feet ahead. You look at the hinges.
Checking for traps is what I am doing.
You don't detect any traps.
Okay. Dahlia. I believe help is needed over here,
Let me know what I can do.
if you don't mind.
And I think I'd kind of like link my arm underneath Throg's and like just sort of pull him along.
Pull
with
him
me.
along.
Yeah.
He follows. You see as you walk up to David, Mila is standing behind him, but also looking nervously at Daisy Bell.
I'm with Daisy.
Because
I have the book in my hand right now.
She is right there.
Yeah, I have the book in my hand, and I'm looking.
Was there
out.
another shelf you just took
Oh,
away?
everything's gone. Bye.
no.
No,
that's just
it's higher up. But
How
there's nothing.
ruined.
All right,
What's up
so
on that other shelf?
just what cobwebs and what looks like old jars.
It's not a real escape room.
You touch the bag and then you're done with it. And now you're back.
The bag is actually bolted down. That one you're not allowed to move.
Please don't move the bag.
As you tap the sack, you feel.
Earlier, I want you to know, you said the word nuts, and Jenny just broke character.
I saw that. I ignored it, but I saw
a
it.
child of a woman.
It was a Beavis and Butthead moment. Yeah.
Very Beavis and Butthead. yeah.
So as you tap the sack, you feel there is grain inside.
Grain. Okay.
You can feel the outline of the grain on the cloth.
I pull the bag out.
You slide it out.
I take the dagger and I boop, 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 boop.
As
You don't
kinda-
cut it, right?
No,
she's just
I
opening
just
it
open
with
it
the
up.
dagger.
Open the top up.
So she
I don't
cuts
want to stick my hand in there.
Yeah,
Are
so
you crazy? I'm
you
not crazy.
You slice the top open.
No,
no,
we don't cut it.
It should be able
Okay, so
to-
as no, it's tied off like a sack. It's tied off. It's
the loose
So
bit
you
of it
could
has
you
been
could
tied.
untie
Yeah,
it first
yeah,
and
the top
then
is
kind
just
of.
I untie
Jostle
it
open.
and
It's
then
not
I
a drawstring bag. Yeah.
Just
All right.
like kind of.
As you
tap
untie it,
with
you
a
stir
knife.
around, you hear, and you kind of peer in. You see brown grains of what look like rice, but thicker, like larger.
What is it?
Do I know what it is? Can I do a knowledge check?
Yeah, do knowledge nature.
Knowledge nature. Whoop-a-doop-a-doop.
Notes I write. Grain? Question mark. Nothing else.
Oh my gosh! I rolled another 18.
Another 18.
used.
Okay.
21.
All right. So
This dice is not failing me right now.
you recognize this. This is something that was called dorn rice. Dorn rice came from the far north, but became one of the primary areas of grain that were grown during the winter dark. It was particularly hardy, could grow in very cold soil, and was oftentimes spread throughout Aihrde for those that were in pockets of areas of survival during the winter dark.
Well, this could be useful.
You're right. Thus far, large swaths of your notes are taken up by dung and rice. So I'm certain we're learning a lot of very
Well,
useful.
we at least
pieces of
know that
knowledge.
this place has been accessed since the death of Lorfane. Probably.
We don't know that.
The
We don't-
book would
Now remember,
probably indicate
all you
that.
know is the temple was built
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
the winter dark.
Yes.
You don't
this
know
might
how
not
long.
be a shrine to her
Lorfane-
death or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't
I
worry.
wonder if
People
we
normally
could.
build shrines when.
I don't know if I can take the whole bag, but I could take a few
Well,
grains of it.
we know it's here. We can always come back and get some if we realize that we need it for something.
Unless there's a back entrance that we flee out of in a hurry, and then I'm out without rice.
Wrong
If
button,
you
sorry.
want
We're back at the
rice,
city.
Wait, is
They
it
can't see that, so.
easily accessible, or is it no more grown?
I'm
Do we
pretty
know?
sure it's easily accessible.
What's
I mean,
that?
Is it
it's a
easily
very
accessible,
common crop.
or has it not been? Is it something that can help?
So it was. It's not particularly flavorful.
Oh.
So since the winter dark has ended, it's not a vastly sought
Oh, but
out.
is it?
It's like finding a big bag of like
Oh.
just plain old oatmeal.
Raw oats, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
something like
gonna.
that.
So, but it's people have it. It's not like a rare
Yeah.
thing that could help people in need.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna do something.
Okay.
I'm watching. I'm watching
I'm
very
watching.
carefully.
I'm helping David, however.
Okay.
It's also
I'm very curious.
taking things that aren't ours within this domain may not.
They
be
will move
seen
from this room,
as
I think, at some point, chat, or do something in
smiled
here.
upon.
Just be patient.
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
only
stick
been an
my
hour.
knife in there and swirl it around.
You swirl your knife around. You just see that sort of fine brown dust that can come off of grains.
I can't. Nothing.
It's a sack of grain.
Okay, I push it back. That was a waste.
It falls over, grains spill out
Oh
on the
no!
ground.
I was more careful than that.
Oh no, you weren't.
You weren't.
You absolutely were not.
Pick up your grains.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried to be careful.
Clean up
Daisy.
your mask.
Daisy, are you planning on wasting more time, or are we going to get to the heart of what's going on here?
Well, I was trying.
With a bag of grain and a book unrelated to where we are.
Did
it would
anything
seem.
fall
The book
out
is
of that?
very cool.
That's pretty neat.
great.
It's a
but
very
Put
it's a
something
very
in here
interesting
that's
book.
worthless.
That's okay. Why don't I open a door that might have answers behind it in the room?
might not be worthless.
If someone were to walk, for example, into your home, would they expect a meaningful magical purpose behind
Every
every
cup.
item, everything?
They
Every
walk
cup has a
over to
hint.
your pantry and they push over your
There
oats. They're
are
like,
rooms
That's stupid.
that might have nothing valuable in them. There, yes.
Let's pick this up. And then we
Every
Okay.
grain?
All right.
No, I'm
We've
not
got to stop
picking it.
talking about the grain.
yeah,
we're going to come over
we're
here now.
unlocking
All right.
the
So,
door.
Okay.
so you go to pick the lock.
David takes out thieves' tools, which he has messed with before and is
Right.
aware of how to use them.
Yes.
He will take out a tensioning tool, which is just this rod that you stick deep into the lock and keep mild pressure on with your pinky finger as he's pressing his thumb deep into it, and with his other hand he will take what looks like a very thin, sort of needle-like piece of metal with sort of a raking metal pattern across it, and he'll just sort of place it into the lock, trying to feel for each individual pin as he tries to pop each pin, keeping pressure on that tensioning rod.
Make a
as he
roll.
moves. And I will make it.
Dahlia
that was a cool
caught up in a
description.
It was a great
familiar
description.
memory, but with a
Straight up how
different
that
person
works.
of the first time that
Every room.
they did Windows work.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
there's
yeah.
something in her that kind of aches in that moment and sits confused. But
I'm-
she is kind of like watching his back, like in the similar way of like, I got him. Like he can pick this lock. I'll deal with whatever's coming at us.
I'm gonna use one of the inspirations you gave me.
Okay.
Smart. You also have +5.
Yeah, but I don't want to waste
You're
that.
great at this. You got it.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice.
oh.
Woo.
How's
Nice.
a 29 do us?
A 29.
I rolled a 15 on my dice, 4 on the
guidance
inspo.
Surprisingly.
Get a 30?
You want to give me a 30?
just in case.
As you do this, you find the proper spot in the tumblers, and
I'm playing the character, Randa. What do you want?
the doors slide open smoothly. They reveal behind what looks almost like a library. You see that wood that was in front of you. There are several books, parchments. There is a huge set of roots that come down, must be a massive tree above, that are intertwined, and they have grown into the desk that sits around it. Again, you feel this fragrant peacefulness that comes from the room. You can see there's something in the far corner of the room that seems to be illuminated, but it's behind the desk. You can't see it too well from here.
Oh, Daisy, good. More books for you to take your time reading if you want.
Books.
I
Probably
like.
about dung.
I take a gander at the whole thing and I just go, books. Whole bunch of them.
Hey,
I'm looking around, taking
good.
very careful steps,
Yeah,
but I
was like,
am
we walk
going.
slowly into the room.
Yeah, Amanda's right. Do I see any snakes, John? Are there snakes?
No snakes.
Good.
Now, is everyone going in the room or anyone staying out?
David will wait at the door while everyone goes.
Okay. Daisy Bell, what are you doing?
Should we put anything in the door so it doesn't close on us?
I can wait in the door. if you
So
want.
you're not gonna look in here.
Throg, do you want to stand
Not
in the
all
door
of us
too?
needs to go in.
So
It's a
why'd you
small
open
room.
it?
Because
you
there might
weren't
be something
curious.
useful inside, and it seems Mila might have a better time.
Throg looks at you.
doing it.
You want to look at the books?
Don't like books.
Okay.
You don't like books? Can I ask why?
You can't eat them.
He makes a great point.
You can't effectively kill with them.
Well,
And you can't,
okay.
And he says a different word.
mate with them.
He said mate.
Dahlia kind of like,
Right.
He's not wrong.
Is there not like
not
some sort
wrong.
of hunger for knowledge?
Oh, you might be preaching to the wrong choir, dear.
Knowledge to kill, eat,
Eat.
or mate.
Okay.
He's
There's a lot of books out there, and I'm sure that there are some that could tell
Are
you
there
how to do
some
any
about
of
any
those
of
better.
those?
I don't know. And she just starts going.
That's a 7. That's nothing.
Don't add your modifier.
I'm going to. I have to. Legally.
Then I have
Robert, we
to.
don't know if he can read. No one asked him
read.
that. So
Yeah,
so
you
don't
Throg,
know. You don't know.
I don't know.
Throg,
She doesn't know. You don't know.
Throg stands in the door with David. They were with David. Daisy Bell, are you going in or are you staying out here?
You love books.
Daisy, if you'd like, I could accompany you to the altar. We could see if there's any poisons you might be able to recognize on that dagger. I have a theory that there might be.
I've been wanting to go over there.
Oh, I don't. That's where I want to go. Throg, I assume you can take care of this door.
Yeah, Dahlia will stay kind of in the library, but like looks not at Daisy, but at David, and just goes,
Yeah, he chuckles at you, and Daisy Bell and David move over to the altar. David, as you get close,
"Don't
you can
touch anything over there."
You can see these coiled serpents are incredibly
Are
lifelike.
these making you nervous?
Their mouths are as
You can
big as
sense
your
his,
head.
his genuine trepidation and fear moving forward, but he follows you nonetheless.
David, I believe I was a tad harsh
A tad.
when I realized that you were not cleric. Would you please excuse my erroneous ways?
Oh, erroneous. You are claiming that they were faulty.
Maybe a tad. You did help me at the school, so. I've kind of forgot about that in the middle of the chaos.
Yes. Well,
Here you are helping me once again, so thank you.
As the glittering scales of the serpents glint in the light of the cool torch. The dagger sits before you, the pewter cup. But you note here, while this close, it would seem almost like a sacrificial altar, but there is no blood. As you look closely, you see there are little piles of seeds and petals of flowers, leaves that lay on the floor and atop the altar.
It looks like little animals have brought their little seeds and cute little nuts on this little altar.
we are all grown adults.
Which is why we left.
Interesting.
Oh, wait a minute. I take out some flowers
Well,
and
okay.
I place them on the altar.
David will literally scoop them before you have the chance.
Don't touch my flowers.
We are unaware of what placing
Give me my
an object-
That is not a euphemism.
I lean my head out the door and I go, "Are you guys touching stuff?"
Give me my flowers back.
I will give them back, but can we just assess the
I
situation
am
before we
giving
go placing things on an altar of worship?
an offering.
To some snake deity?
Yes. Give me my flowers.
Dahlia looks at me and goes, goes,
Daisy.
1 minute.
okay.
And then I like walk out
I
and
am
I go,
very happy here.
"Just look. What did I say about looking with your eyes?" Do that first for a little while, and then I slowly back
Daisy.
into the library.
Be reasonable. We don't know an ounce about this
I'm
place.
tired of you telling me to be reasonable.
I'm tired of you not listening to it.
Oh, nippo novel, fipple fob. Stop it.
There is a chance that something could go very wrong at any one
You know
step
what?
we
If
make.
I
here.
am giving an offering of my heart. Ooh, hold up. I take off one of my dagger, my throwing flowers with a flower, and I place it on the altar. There you go. and I place it gently. We are pleased to be here. And I bow.
So what did you place on the altar again?
One of my throwing stars and a flower, and I put it down.
It's not a bad gift.
Okay.
This whole thing is about life and death, so.
All right, so you place that on the altar, and you say these words. There is no response.
Oh, well, drat.
Daisy, there is obviously a great deal of unknowns here.
Well, I know, but maybe somebody saw it, and they'll give me good graces, and they won't kill me right away.
I understand. I understand that you were taught many special skills in that monastery. Trepidation does not appear to have been one of them. Let's be cautious first.
I am. That's why I'm placing an offering.
You're being
to appease
cautious.
whoever's here.
Our
If
definitions of caution are vastly
If they
different.
see a gift of sacrifice, they might not be so quick to kill. Remember,
Switching gears, Mila and Dahlia,
Yeah.
you guys hold that spot. Hold it. Don't forget it.
Yep.
As you walk in, you do see that desk before you. There are sheaves of papers upon the ground. Not just torches here, but candles that seem to have this ever-burning light. You feel the sense of dim magic all around. You see the massive column of root that has grown down into the desk and books all around. But what also catches your eye is there is a tome on the far side which is illuminated with a bright light. It lays open to a page which cannot be read
a
from
useful
this
book, I
distance.
see.
The whole library.
Her eyes are like wider than the stars.
First reading lesson?
Arcane tech.
Dahlia's arms just keep going wider. I'm like,
we could try. I don't know what any of this is.
lesson.
Is it okay if I start looking? Can I start looking?
I don't.
And she just asks out.
Can she start looking?
You speak the words, they echo softly off the walls. Oh, and you do see, by the way, there is also a wooden door on the north end of that room. Smaller than the larger doors that you went through.
And I'm guessing I get no reply from asking if I can look around.
No.
Okay. I would take that as a hesitant maybe. And just not touching, just very much using all of the eyes
All of my eye?
all of the eyes.
Finley's eyes are also just going crazy too. Just-
All of the eyes looking at the papers, trying to see what language, what time it might have been written in, if it is written like by what kind of handwriting it is, whether it's scratchy or if it's like elegant calligraphy.
Like, where you go?
The
like,
desk. I'm looking at the desk
Oh,
first.
at the desk itself. Okay.
Not the ancient cool
Okay.
tones.
I'll get there. I'll get there.
Dahlia is like,
Okay.
As you walk,
You might give us information of what it is.
as you walk up to the desk, you see many pages here. Some of them look like they're just simple cataloging of supplies. Some of them are written in Common. Some of them are written in Sylvan. Some of them appear to be written in tongues you're unfamiliar with. You see like flourishy cursive scripts with words and letters that you don't even recognize. What looks to be like a daily accounting of the planting and of seasons. Also, a tome which Laura Fane herself had written, and you see her words talking about the channels of the seasons that she would flow through and aiding the Twilight Woods. She sensed in this tome, she speaks of a coming darkness that she can sense. But it makes no specific mention of what it is. They're more her musings. So as you look at this, that's, I would say, at a glance, that's what you can gather. Now, there are many, many tomes here. So to catalog these would take days. But if you wish to make a cursory search and see things that you can find, I can allow that. Or, or if you want to take days, then we can pause this part of it and we can do that. You can do whatever you want. But there's a lot in this room.
This is incredible. This was written by Laura Fane herself. By hand. By rote. This has to be so old. Ancient even, potentially. Not that she is ancient. She seems very lovely. Not that anyone that's ancient can't be I'm very excited.
Dahlia I think in this moment is looking at you, eyes full of nostalgia of the first moment of you wanting to go into Marcus's bookshop.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
The pen's for ages.
just so delighted. Yeah.
Miri would have a field day in here. She would, I mean, it's everything to do with nature and just, wow, there's so much.
You have to tell
I
me about
could
them.
stay in here for ever. This is incredible. And yes, I will. She's wonderful. Focus. Okay.
Should we go biggest then back?
Probably. Yes. That's.
I'm not
that's
sure what
smart.
they're doing out
We-
there. They could summon any sort of monster in a heartbeat. So
Let's hope they don't. I would like to stay here for at least a little bit longer. God, I've missed the scent of parchment and ink.
And again, much like the other parts of none of this parchment looks faded or cracked with years. There are bowls of fresh fruit. There are vials of ink which are not dried up, belying the age of this temple. Everything inside here looks preserved.
If only
Just
libraries I've been to have
walking by,
been so blessed.
does it look? Would there be anything at all for me to denote whose desk this is specifically?
Yeah, as you look around,
I think I'm like walking around the corner of like, is there a weird nameplate on it? Like, not like that.
No
but
nameplate. But you make a cursory search, and you can tell this was obviously used by Laura Fane at one time. But you also find notes from another. There is a scribe who has written several pages. Looks as though he was keeping the shrine, serving inside the shrine. His name is Thaddeum. And Thaddeum has several notes that he has taken of the condition of the shrine, repairs that were being made.
anything dated?
Interestingly, you do see dates, but all the dates refer to the months. Nothing actually which records a year. So
That checks out.
you see, he has references to things that were done during the Lothian, things which were done during Lithdane, things which were done during Aihrde, Nocturne, Lechlite, like the months and the day are recorded, but no year.
Is there anything from like the month that we're in right now?
Yeah, I mean there are different things you would find they're referencing Nocturne. You find pages which record how he handles the freeze that comes deeply upon the trees on the outside. He's attempting to maintain the exterior of the shrine,
Yeah.
but also a reference to the deepening winter, which seems unrelenting
Okay.
in its grip.
Okay.
It at one point he speaks of the futility of his efforts, as every year the leaves wither, the flowers cease to bloom, and the ground goes cold as a witch's teat.
I assume he's not around anymore. Be nice to have a tour guide.
He did a good job keeping this place safe.
It's beautiful.
All right, let's go back to David and Daisy Bell. Throg stands in the doorway. David and Daisy Bell, return your conversation, please.
It is obvious that a puzzle must be solved here. We are obviously missing pieces.
We don't even know where to start.
So why don't we look instead of acting?
We are looking. I see nothing.
There's a dagger in a cup.
Would you want me to grab the dagger?
I'd like you to smell the dagger.
Smell it. Well, that's odd. Okay. Smell it.
You're a person who makes poisons, do you not?
I do.
There are snake heads.
I see.
I'm just making a small leap.
I guess.
Can you help?
I will.
Thank you.
All right, I go up
Love that interaction.
to the dagger and look I'm gonna sort of smell it. I'm gonna smell the cup.
It's awkward.
great.
It's awkward to lean your head underneath the cowl of the serpent. You come face to face with the fangs
Ooh, I look at it.
looming over you. Yes, they're sharp, like remarkably
Do they
so.
look like they've been frozen? Do they look fake?
Well, they're
Do they
solid
look
gold.
Oh, they're a gold.
Yes, they're gold.
Oh, I could use some gold.
No.
All right, I smell the cup.
You, as you lean over the cup, you go to smell it, and you see it's actually filled. You smell the scent of wine in the cup.
Yummy.
It has a sweet aromatic scent. But
It's sweet.
This close to the dagger, you can see the blade. You don't smell anything on the blade except the scent of earth, and you can see there are. You won't have to roll for this. There are bits of what look like stalks and seeds that are clinging to the edge.
So does
Clearly,
it look like it's been offerings?
it's been used to slice things or cut things on this altar.
I have a potential thought. Someone could have been enjoying a snack.
Oh, I don't think so. I think a snack. Why would they leave a whole glass of wine?
Well, this place seems interesting.
It-
Time does not seem to affect this place quite like it does our home. There are leaves on the ground that have not decayed, have not turned to mush
Should I
or
drink
ash.
the wine?
My thought is the keeper of this place could be just as alive and thriving here, somewhere around. And it be the same day that they entered this place thousands of years ago. We don't know what is going on in...
But that doesn't help us guess the puzzle any.
No, the snakes are an interesting touch. Golden is very interesting indeed.
I touched the snake.
It is cool and smooth to the touch. As your hand runs along the scales, the seams are remarkably accurate. There's a very pleasant sense. Like just running your hand over it feels pleasing.
The
Okay.
altar that's before us.
Yes.
Does it appear to be just that, like an altar of some sort? Is there writing? Is there something that could be understood?
No, as you look at it, you see no writing, but you see pictography.
Okay.
You see various parts of harvest.
I go and rub the other snake.
You see you rub the other snake. It is equally pleasing and
You have to give attention to both.
yes, yes.
You don't want one to be jealous.
Something
It
here.
appears to be showing the passing of seasons.
Yeah, and the passing of seasons and clearly the harvesting, the ritual of pulling food and seed from the ground and also returning to the ground.
If someone were to be enjoying a snack of seeds, this might be the place to do it. We're making speculation of something that we don't quite understand, but I am firmly confident on the fact that these four corners and those four crystals are somehow related to one another and the seasons.
All right, look.
Thank you, Jerry. By the way, you have received from Jerry, Adam,
D4.
you've gotten an inspiration die that you can use, so you can add
thank you,
1d4
kind
of inspiration to
person.
any roll. Thank you.
I was just curious if this altar was some sort of sacrificial place. It does not seem to be.
No, to the contrary. It does.
Really.
But it's the sacrifice.
Of not blood, of
Right, it's the sacrifice of the soil. It's the sacrifice of
yes,
the grains.
The
I
knife.
gave a flower. Oh, hold up.
Did you grow it?
I go and pick up some of the grains out of the bag,
Okay.
Okay.
and I throw them in the pools of water.
Not on the altar? Just fully unconnected to the thing? There's an altar that you sacrifice stuff on, you throw them
I
in the
throw
water?
them. No, I was going to throw in there and then place on the altar.
Okay, both.
All right, so you scatter.
So kind of like a flower girl at a wedding.
yeah, yeah. You guys hear.
grains on the altar.
Okay, you hear some splashing in the other room. Light splashing. Not like a. But something is landing in the water.
Or the mischievous urge to just scream, ah!
And then
I look
Daisy
at
Bell
Throg
walks
and
to
I
the
just
altar.
make sure he's still like chill and not scared.
Yeah, Throg, you make eye contact with Throg, And he just looks at you like deadpan.
We both.
I kind of start to turn that corner to go look at the
Yes, I as
big
well.
book.
Okay.
Also, just keeping an eye out because I do want to place the book on the desk and say, I don't know if you want this returned to where we had found it, but this is yours. I don't want to take it.
The book
Which
from
book?
outside.
Oh, the book from outside? Okay.
Yeah, the Grim Hole. I wrote
Yeah.
it down.
Graven,
Yeah.
Graven Grim.
Gardens of Gravenholm.
Yeah, the Gardens
The
of
Gardens of
Gravenholm.
Gravenholm. Yep.
It's a
Compendium of magical plants.
Right?
We should give it to
So you
Fawn.
place that back on the desk.
Yes, and then
As you move to the back of the room,
It's a good idea.
you find that book that is open, and it has just an illumination that seems to come from nowhere, which surrounds it. Sits on a pedestal. Other tomes taunting you with knowledge. You also see some scrolls, which are tucked away between some of these
Talia,
tomes.
hold me back. Hold me back.
And
I put a hand on her shoulder and I go, whoa, whoa.
They're so beautiful.
You see the book is opened, and as you look more closely at it, you see it is the handwriting of Thadium. You recognize it from over at the desk, and it contains an entry from the morn of Falcon the 7th, is all it says. The morn of Falcon the 7th. And as you read the page to which it's opened, it says, "Now 50 years since my lady's passing, and winter grows, all surpassing. The whispers of Lorfen guide my every step, teaching me the rituals of old and the songs of reverence. But today's lesson was most unique. In the ritual chamber, I was taught the dance of elements. It is a tale of creation and how the world birthed its forces. Quote, in stillness vast, the shadows weave, pining for light's reprieve. High rain's glare leaves little masked, while twilight...
It's just not getting any of it. It's just too fast.
Well, I'll read it again.
Okay,
while,
good.
While
Good.
twilight's secrets go unasked. Yet among these phrases, a truth convenes, a silent, shimmering realm unseen. I'll read it again.
Yes, please.
Very slow if you can.
In stillness vast,
Great.
the shadows weave,
Great.
pining for light's reprieve.
Pause.
Pining for light's reprieve. High rain's glare leaves little masked.
High rains?
High rains,
And is
or
that
like rain as R-E-I-G-N.
Oh, that kind.
Yeah, rain's glare. The rain. I'm sorry, I should have been clear on that. High rain's glare leaves little masked, while twilight's secrets go unasked.
Interesting.
Yet among these phrases, a truth convenes.
Can I just
could've
take
just gotten a picture.
Yeah, can I just take a picture? I'm writing it in my book. Thank you.
And
My
I'll
hand hurts.
post it also in the group chat. But
Oh, is he taking
you
it? Okay, I don't know
wrote
if you got your...
way more than I was able to.
know,
There was
but
a point
I need
where
to-
I was
I wanna
like,
see
I
it.
can't. I'll
If you need to
copy
also
it
edit
after.
the photo.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, do a little crop on it.
yeah. Oh.
Or you could just, let us see
Just
other
see
stuff.
all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Let us see
fun.
the whole
Is that
thing,
bad?
including the answer that's directly below it.
On here. All right, and let me go back through and edit. Rachel, what on earth? I'm teasing.
You
My
have to-
screenshots of Discord DMs that I have on the way.
Mountains of text RP for a different game.
Trust me, her phone is not that exciting. All right, so
It's really
here we
not.
go.
I mean, it's pretty good roleplay.
It is really good. It's
If you're
really good
yeah,
writing.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Come on, cruppy crup. Go edit.
I went ice skating yesterday for the first time in
Where?
like
Are
a
there
very long
pictures of you
time.
ice skating on there?
Yeah, there's like two
Neat.
Where?
at the Ford Ice Skate Center. In
The
Nashville.
place where you can ice skate.
Yeah. The one.
Okay.
We watched a hockey game.
I think I got that right. There you go.
Okay.
In Nashville.
Not here.
Yay! Okay.
Thank you, Mad Chatters. Hey, Tim, good to see you, my friend. It's been a long time.
Same.
You,
Okay.
you have my permission to slap the DM for such a complicated poem or riddle.
Yeah, true.
Thank you.
You get anti-inspiration.
I get
so
anti-inspiration?
You remove 1d4.
Come on, you know how easy I like to make it for you guys.
Well,
All right.
John, we're little guys.
Little guy. No, you're adults now.
Nah.
All right.
I'm not.
Is there anything after that?
Yeah, so I mean, then it goes back to general references to the care and feeding of the temple and the shrine, but you do see as it goes on more and more reference to the deepening of the winter dark until the last page is written in a halting, scrawling hand, and it simply says, "Today, the 9th of Lexlight, I sense my final breath. I am called home. Guinevere will greet me. I have fought my fight. I have served. My lady is not returning. I pray one day spring will come again."
I think upon reading that, she just has a gentle hand kind of on it and not touching the text itself because she doesn't want to damage the pages. Not that they could be necessarily, but just kind of like scrawling her hand over what he wrote and just says, "Spring came."
I think at that too, Dahlia will take out just a small sprig of lavender and leave it kind of where your hand is resting, next to the text, and just kind of tuck it into the book.
I'm sure he knows he did well. I'm sure he's been told. Thank you for all that you did. This is very useful, I think, to explain out there. And then her eyes go to the door, and then over to Dahlia, and then over to the door. I'm gonna check for traps.
Okay. All right, so you can walk over the door.
Fools.
No,
wait,
quickly,
sorry.
for sake of time, because we're going to go to break here in a second.
Yes.
And crew, we will have a giveaway today. Thanks for joining us. We've got so many people in the
thank you.
chat, and we've had many
gonna go
gifts
in,
and
we're
bits
just
and
gonna
subs,
open
and we
the door.
appreciate all that.
Maybe let them
So
look.
you can do a handful of things here. So
Okay.
you can, if you wish to do a cursory search of the room, I can tell you some things that you would find, let's say, in just a few minutes of searching.
Okay, sure.
Important things that maybe stand out to you.
Yes.
You can go to the door. You can try check the traps. Open the door. You can go back out. You can. Those are
full myriad.
any of the things that you wish to do there. Those are all options for
Do I still have detect magic up?
you. Yes. Yeah. I mean, just assume that you do,
Okay.
and you sense
Book
there is.
didn't have magic.
No,
on it?
the book didn't. But you
Okay.
sense there is magic from behind the book on this wall. There are scrolls, as I mentioned, and they're tucked against amidst the books. You can see several of the scrolls look like they're, again, just the type of chronicling, scribing, but there are 3 scrolls which glow upon this wall, and you detect magic among them.
We love scrolls.
Are you humming?
I am trying to fight my urge to go and grab those 3 scrolls right over there because
want
they
me
are
to-
magical.
I have my hand out, and I'm like,
Well,
do you want me to
should
touch
we?
it?
Is that going to set off a bomb or something? Are bombs things in this? I don't know. Is it gonna blow up?
I don't know.
Let me focus on it for a second. I'm gonna focus my eyes to see what kind of magic. See if it's the same magic, if that like is a trigger of something, or if it's different magics due to this magic of the scrolls.
Sure. No. So hold on here. As you concentrate on it, and we're going to come back to you, David and Daisy Bell. Thank you for your patience. We love the party splits here.
We do.
Even when they're just one room away. One of the scrolls glows with the. Sorry, 1 second here. With a conjuration light. One of the scrolls grows with.
A green light, and it's that guy.
And he's in the scroll.
Oh my gosh.
It summons him.
He appears, flies away again.
The other is illusion. And the third glows with, I think I know, but I just like double checking the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
divination.
Divination.
So conjuration, illusion, and divination.
Can you do the thing where you speak very prettily and ask if we can take it?
Sure.
Okay.
I think Dahlia kind of like runs a hand like against the bookshelf and just goes, I think she's very interested in these. I wonder if you'd be okay if we took them. If they were being used for the purposes that I spoke to you of earlier.
Roll a d20 and just give me your raw roll.
Sure. Terrifying. 15.
15. As you
And then I think I'll take out like just a couple, maybe like some nice pressed dried flowers, a couple buttons, and would just go, I'm willing to trade too if that would suit you better.
So, when you first speak, nothing happens. When you pull out the pressed flowers and the baubles, you feel a breeze blows through the room, and one of the ancient roots of the trees, you hear a creak and a snap, and it moves. It runs its tendril over to the stack of scrolls, and it
Knocks him off.
each of the 3 scrolls. It moves up to the bookshelf, grabs the spine of a book, tips one over to the floor, moves,
I'm gonna catch it. I don't want it to fall.
I think we're kind of like just
diving.
Oh,
tips
sorry,
another
sorry,
over
sorry.
to the floor.
Whoa.
And so by the time it's done, it tips 3 scrolls, 5 books onto the ground, and then returns to its place. And
If I
go
could
ahead.
tuck a flower to it before it
Yeah.
returns back to its
Yeah,
space.
you tuck the flowers in, and you just sense there is a.
I get dung
No.
and a bag.
All 5 books are about dung. All 5 books are about dung. All of them.
All right, so.
And a tree.
You're incredible.
Hands.
This is her whole shtick.
This is my house. Hey, we're not done yet today, by the way. There are other things that can happen today. Everyone stay patient.
Yeah, a snake's gonna bite me.
All right,
Bite
so,
me.
for sake of time, on the scroll.
Make
Well,
us
can
eat
any
them.
of you read magic?
I can read magic.
All right.
I can read magic. I can read magic.
There's a scroll of grease.
Ooh,
Helpful.
Of
There's
grease?
of grease.
Yes.
It's a really good spell. I
It's
think.
a really good
really
A
spell.
scroll of mirror image
Ooh.
That's a very good.
and a scroll of dispel magic.
That's an incredibly good spell.
On the books,
I get
you
down.
have a codex of the crystal myths,
Oh.
chronicling the mountain ranges and their hidden secrets.
Ooh.
Codex of crystal mists.
Mists.
Yeah, crystal
Not
mists.
myths.
You find
Crystal meth.
A very different book.
you find
Poorly
legends
written.
of the Auld Empire, AULD, stories of the once great empire of Aihrde.
Mila looks like she's gonna have an aneurysm.
You find seers of the Silverwood, biographies of famous druids and their prophecies.
Oh my gosh.
You find eldritch ruins and their origins.
Ruins or
Runes.
runes?
Runes and their origins. an academic study of ancient magic and symbols.
You are, John.
Are you? I think Dahlia's like, are you sweating? Are you sweating?
It's just got very hot in here.
Do you need? You like take out like a handkerchief, and I'm like,
An academic study, Dahlia.
Finley's voice. Mila, calm down. I love knowledge just as much as you do, but the passion you're feeling now, I assure you, these can whelp you nothing.
This guy.
I look at Finley and I'm like, I think I just mouthed, is this normal? To get this bad in the 7 years?
His little nose twitches, and again, in this painfully human mime he does sometimes, you see he holds up 2 paws like this and drops them back down.
I mirror it and I'm like, you and me both, buddy.
What's the last book?
Oh, and
You
the
only said
last
4 of them.
book is
It's just like
The
a bunch
Ballads of the
comics.
Blacktooth War. A poetic rendition of the famous war waged against the orcs. The Ballads of the Blacktooth War.
These are all so like relevant and good. I'm just glad that someone is filling in the Alcott.
Yeah, I was going to say, somewhere in a different world, there's a wizard who's like,
Alcott is like knowledge is being gained.
yeah, just it feels warm, like just my
John's
heart.
been very insistent you cannot mate with books today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yes,
come up like 3 times.
I have, yes.
Sorry, this is just too much.
Do you want to go
would
take
beg to differ.
Wanna
No,
go take a break?
no, I do not.
Okay.
She's just
Do you
like
want me to hold
holding the books.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'll hold the scrolls. Okay.
So hesitant to let go of the.
Yes, she's just like.
I'm not going to take them anywhere.
Okay.
I'm right here.
Okay, so for sake of time, because we are
What's in that
2
room?
hours,
Hey, what's in
no,
that
hour
room
and
back
a
there?
half, hour and, 2 hours in.
What's back there?
Do you wish to go behind this door, or do you wish to go back into the room?
Door. Let's
Oh, you.
All right.
I think Dahlia like kind of looks and is like, we should probably.
just head back.
I think I heard something splashing in the water.
You're right.
I'm not
you're right.
sure if anyone
it's
drowned.
It's curiosity is getting the
We'll come
better
back,
of me.
we'll come back,
Yeah,
we'll come
we
back.
can come back with everyone. Okay. Soon.
Do I want to play a
soon.
prank?
No, we are in a dangerous place.
I don't know. How are you feeling, David?
I won't. David is just standing midway through the bridge, just
We'll walk
Okay.
out.
Daisy.
Daisy Bell and
Flower.
David, as you are.
I will look into the water though.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see how deep.
You
that goes.
cast the
Isn't there
seeds in the
anything-
water, nothing happens.
Oh, of course not.
You put the seeds on the altar, nothing happens. But the seeds are now on the altar, next to the pewter cup, the dagger, and the remnants of previous offerings.
Without understanding what exactly this ritual might be, it could be crack open a seed, take a bite, and drink a sip of wine.
And again, these for those that joined late, each of the corners of this room have these frescoes, the tapestry-like frescoes, with an incense bowl before them. The one to your left and nearest to the altar to the left side has the orangish auburn on the left and right bottom and top. The one, whoops, sorry, I was janking that around a little bit. The one to the right of the altar has the all midnight bluish looking color. The one to the south side, where you came in through the door to the right, flipped, has the auburn orange to the top and the bottom with the bluish color on the opposite side. And then the one to the right of the doorway you came in, which is right next to the door that you just went through into the study, has all auburn.
Okay, shh, David,
Yes.
I just march off. Follow me. And I
Do we walk out? Are we?
Yeah,
here?
yeah, you guys are
go
walking out now.
over to the table of crystals.
Okay. You walk over and you see these
Mila said those were magical. Be careful.
4 crystals that glow atop
Well, you know,
a wooden
nothing's happened
table.
so far.
Well, we don't have to make something happen.
I want to make
found
something happen.
things.
Of course you did.
Why are you so angry?
I don't know.
Well, of course she. What are they?
Well, there was a tome in there, and she
I'm
has
holding
the
like a bunch
scrolls.
of books over my
She's
head.
gonna open her thing
A
and
tree
read
gave
off.
us these books.
This was an
A
excerpt.
tree gave you books.
It was incredible. I asked her to
pick up a
ask
crystal.
if.
Okay.
Ooh!
You pick it up. It is very warm to the touch as you pick it up.
Out of me, like
Pick up another one.
It is also very warm to the touch.
David says, screw it, and grabs the other 2 crystals in his hand.
Okay.
Okay.
We learned things about this room.
How
Can
do
we
they
share
feel?
them
You know
before
what?
you
If
touch?
a tree can give you something, we'll give
Don't
ourselves
get greedy. Good.
What do the
gods.
2 that I grabbed feel like? Quite warm to the touch?
Yes,
as well?
all of them feel warm.
I was hoping for a different answer.
No,
Yes, I was too.
they are all warm.
Congratulations, you touched a warm crystal.
Okay.
Like very warm.
Mila, just yell.
Not
it.
just warm,
Okay,
like
just go.
not quite like on the verge of searing. Any hotter it would blister skin.
Okay,
But you can hold it.
I walk over to the corner.
And I quote, in the ritual chamber, I was taught the dance of elements. It is a tale of creation of how the world birthed its forces. Quote, in stillness vast, the shadows weave, pining for light's reprieve. Should I say this out loud, or is this going to trigger something?
Maybe don't
Come
say
read
it fully.
this. Come read this.
I'm doing something. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I hold you, and I'm like, everyone together. We're all a team in this.
Let go of me.
No.
Throg, unhand her, you're a woman.
You're a woman. That is-
Dolly,
Just laughs. I think just is like,
David laughs.
What
too.
do you mean?
Throg just kind of like mutters and looks at you. He doesn't move at all.
just let me walk over to the corner now.
Daisy, what is this crusade you are on?
I grab one of the crystals out of your hand.
Oh my gosh, people.
You can walk with the other one.
You have 1 crystal left in your hand, unless you want to fight over this.
Daisy, you have nothing to prove here. Nothing.
Let me walk over to
We
the corner.
know you are capable.
Let me walk over to the corner.
You can walk to
Can
the corner.
I read
walk
you?
over to the corner.
Can you read this?
To which
'Cause
corner
It is
of
a
the
riddle.
back far
This
by the door.
this
yes.
one here?
It's
Yes.
a riddle, and it might, before you touch that to anything, it might tell
Okay.
us
I want
something.
to walk. I don't understand what you're saying.
Daisy,
There's a riddle.
Maybe if you
you
stopped,
can try and understand, but also tell us what you're doing. Stop keeping everything a secret all the time.
As you're all speaking
Thank
to her,
you.
David, you're standing there. Everyone's come over. Daisy Bell is now standing before the frescoes on the wall to the right of the doorway that you came in, which have the panels, as I described earlier, the auburn center and top right left, the blue either side on the bottom and the top middle.
And nothing appears to be changing or happening with the crystal in her hand.
No, but she's got the crystal and the brazier with the incense sit before it.
What is your plan? What do you know of magic or anything that might be happening here?
As you're holding it closer, the closer you're getting to the incense, the crystal seems to be getting hotter.
Oh boy,
What happened? Are you okay? Is everything all right?
it's getting hotter. The closer I get to it, so it's doing something. Take yours and go over to the other side.
It's not a bad idea.
If it's worth the
She
risk.
just looks at her journal and
Does it?
No one's paying
It
attention.
seems to
Before
feel
anything
right.
happens, it seems Mila has something. Can we at least read it?
Fine, read it.
Don't out. Everyone get closer.
I like
With your
show
eyes.
it off, and they're reading it, but I will read it out loud. In stillness vast, the shadows weave, pining for light's reprieve. High rain's glare leaves little masked, while twilight's secrets go unasked. Yet among these phases, a truth convenes, a silent shimmer in realms unseen. The shimmer has to
Okay.
be the door, I assume,
Is it
as it
phases or
is
phrases?
phases.
Phases.
And among
say
these
phases.
phases, the seasons.
What does that have to do with these crystals?
Seasons.
That's what we're to figure out.
I point to the four
Okay,
corners.
they're all the same
It
crystals.
also says dance of elements.
Different seasons.
I get that.
Maybe each of us takes a crystal, moves to the corners of the room.
Sees what,
did-
happens.
And we can
What did you all
communicate
find
what
out
feeling?
about the center?
The altar appears to be some place to sacrifice not blood, but
Fruits and nuts.
things of nature.
Fruits and nuts.
There was a
And
dagger
wine.
that appeared to be dipped in earth and a glass of wine. I had the theory that perhaps it could be a place where you sip of wine and
As we get ready to go to our one and only break, because I've been trying to find a good spot and the players are taking a long time in here, doing a great job, by the way. Mordenkainen's Lost Notebook will be given away today. This is a super fun book. It's got all kinds of old from Mordenkainen, one of the most famous, notable wizards of all time. We're going to give this away today. And we'll also give away a $10 gift card to the Trollord Game Store. Trollord, of course, the makers of Aihrde, the World of Aihrde, and Castles and Crusades, one of our fantastic sponsors.
So cool.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We'll kick off the giveaway after our one and only break. We'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you, players. Thank you, all the gifters and mad chatters. Stay with us. There's some fun stuff that's about to happen. Blue Box will be right back.
Me too.
I have some theories, but I don't really.
There's 5 of us here. 4 of us.
4 corners.
And
We'll leave the
four
mics hot on
One
break
person
for
goes
most
to
of
the
it.
center.
I may turn them off in a moment for one thing I have to do.
No, I
Can you
don't.
stay with us?
If you do want to take a
No,
look
I'll
at
go to the
this.
center.
Dahlia knows
No, I
most
don't
and understands
understand.
most about this.
There.
I'd be willing to make like a
Oh,
deal
you have it on
too
your phone?
if
Yeah.
I needed to. I don't want to, but if I've got to.
Oh.
I know.
I'll just say I'm glad this is not a one-shot. Thanks, everyone, for joining us.
John, you gave us something that relates to potential world events,
I know.
personal backstory,
I know.
and books.
I know. The books I should have known would have taken forever, but at least I was prepared with that.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, that's going to be great cannon fodder later down the line.
There's a lot in there, too. Yeah.
I cannot wait to read it.
And this is all custom blue box stuff,
Of course.
including
you're
this
crazy
temple
like
from
that.
Genghis. Thank you very much.
It's so beautiful.
Okay, I'll check right now.
What is this?
Amanda.
A silent shimmer in Realms Unseen. Because I think we have
Blue
the
haze?
rest of it.
The blue haze?
So, like, what
Oh,
we're
that's right.
thinking
Thank you,
so
Amanda.
far, in stillness fast, the shadows weave, pining for light's reprieve. You know, everything. It's the story of creation. Am I waiting? Oh no. Okay, I can keep going. Okay.
You're fine.
So yeah, Thomas and I were talking about it. Everything, like when it first started, was blank. There was nothing. Then High Reeves Glare leaves little
Reeves
masked.
Glare.
High, that's what I meant. High Reeves
All-Father.
Glare. Yeah. Or Sun. The Sun.
As a generalized idea.
While
It's a
Twilight's
God.
secrets go unasked, which, you know, moon,
The
darkness,
sun can only see
sun,
what it sees in light. It
the
can see
shadows.
what appears in shadow.
boom, bam. Yet among these phases, which day,
Phases
night
of-
cycle, months, seasons coming, that type of thing,
If we
a
assume
truth
seasons.
convenes.
Yeah, well,
What is this truth? We don't know. A
It's a
silent
silent
shimmer in realms unseen.
We haven't
What
figured
can
out.
we not see? Is it magic?
I think it could be the influence of the All-Father and the gods, but
There's also lots of presences that are
well,
at the root likely
fairy
unseen
is a
within this
realm that
space.
exists in Aihrde, right? The realm of fairy, right?
The realm of Fae.
Is that what it's called? The realm of the Fae?
All right, so we're back, everybody. We're
hey.
going to
Hi.
rejoin the game. We've got maybe about an hour left to go. We'll see how far the party gets as they're exploring the Shrine of Larafane. Now, once again, this is a custom Tailspire shrine that was created by our friend Genghis here, who works with us on the channel. He's also responsible for some of the stuff you've seen in Sea of Dark Sun. The temple is very cool. The party has now explored exactly 3 rooms of the temple in the last 2 hours, which is on par. Now, part of that is the roleplay has been off the charts good, and as they noted, there's all kinds of interesting stuff to look at here, and they have a bit of a conundrum. Now, Daisy stands before the altar, which has the frescoes on the right-hand side of the room and the door you walked into. Next to the door, in fact, let's put a... I know what I can do. Hold on. Let's put a shimmering... Well, no, I won't waste the time. But this door shimmers blue. Party,
Shimmer.
what are you going to do?
I think
I'll get the Nightbot ready to go.
Dahlia kind of just running on instinct and what would feel right would just say, it got warmer when Daisy walked towards the incense.
They were already quite warm on the verge of scalding me.
Maybe you 3 and Throg walk to the corners.
It's not a bad idea.
I'll walk to the center.
At the very least, to see what occurs.
Yeah.
I will give you this. And she's holding her journal. Please be very careful. But maybe read it. That specific entry, not...
You fool.
I think I like jokingly like start to reach my hand and I'm like,
Okay.
I fold it to like the page that I should look at.
Okay.
Does she fold one of the corners?
No. I just like
Oh no.
if it's a leather bound book, like this is
You break the
fine. Yeah, absolutely.
It's been broken. I've crammed so much paper in there.
on the other side.
Yeah, I'm
being nice.
Mila's crammed so much paper in there, she's had to reinforce the spine
You've
of the book.
ruined everything.
Good. That's my plan all along. I'll walk over there.
I pick up one of the crystals.
All right.
I pick up 2 of them. I hand one to Mila.
Okay, so Mila takes a crystal. David has a crystal. Daisy Bell, are you waiting for them? You're standing in front of this.
Well, it got hotter as I went.
The closer
so-
you get, the hotter it gets.
I'm gonna try to go to a different corner then.
Oh,
Okay.
really? We're all going to different
All right, so
corners.
which corner?
Well, somebody should go to that one because I don't think it should get hotter the closer I get to it.
Well, we'll see. Why don't we see?
Maybe it lights the inside.
So I'm gonna go to that corner, the back.
This one over here? All right. So Daisy Bell dissatisfied with this
Is there
one.
any
also
discernible
has one,
difference
too.
between these crystals, by the way?
No, they all look the same.
And they all
Identical.
give off
And
the
they
same
all-
magic.
Yes, they all have the same sense of magic. As Daisy Bell's walking to this side, David, where are you going?
The one you were dragging me to. The one closer to the camera on the left there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so over here.
I'll
all right.
go where.
So you go to the one that is all blue, bluish purple. All right, and Mila.
I go where Daisy was, and I am
Okay.
holding it with gloved hands.
All right, obviously, so you can't really, still feel the heat, but not as. For each of you, what about Grog? You're sending him Throg.
Throg,
You're sending him
yeah.
here.
Heads
All
over
right.
there.
Throg looks at you, suspect.
Thank you.
He rolls his eyes and carries it over to this side.
I'll
So-
run and grab a handful of the grain that was in the bag over there.
Okay, so you run over, you
handful.
grab
Oh, it'll probably do something for her.
handful of the grain. Some of the seeds are still spilled out on the ground, but you get a hand. So you're now spread at the four corners of the room. Each of you, as you get closer, the crystals get hot.
All of them?
All of them.
It's hot. It's very hot.
I have gloves that I'm gonna put on.
Okay, that lessens the pain.
I just want to take the crystal and very quickly push it to the incense and back
How close?
to touch it, to touch the incense
You touch the incense.
with the crystal.
At this point, too, after I've walked to the grain, I'm
If my
walking up
understanding
the
is
bridge.
incense needs to be lit, this
Yeah.
is getting rather
You
hot.
touch the crystal. No, yeah, you touch the crystal to the incense that sits in front of the all blue panel. The incense lights as the smoke tendrils upward. The fresco flashes that deep blue, and the incense burns.
Oh, I go
David
and
will
do it.
slowly back away.
Oh, wait, I'll
Wait,
wrap my
wait,
hand.
something has occurred over here. The incense can be burnt by the crystals, and my fresco appears to have shimmered. If there is an order to things that must be done, we must do them in the proper.
Oh, so
order.
you get to be first, and now there's a proper
I
order.
just happened to try something. You went about trying things, and it's wrong when I do? Just allow me this. What comes after winter?
Spring.
Spring. If we are to assume that this room goes in any sort of orderly fashion, Mila, why don't you place yours?
Is there anything? Oh gosh, they're the same tapestries. Do they depict anything other than the colors?
Just the colors and like there are patterns to them, but nothing is different in these patterns.
No seasonally themed
No.
pattern.
There's no script anywhere. Like
Nope,
looking around
nope.
the brazier. All right, here it goes. To tap it.
The incense burns. You see a combination of blue and auburn flash along the frescoes.
Oh wow.
Daisy.
Okay, I wrap my hands in something.
Yeah, you've got some
Probably have
cloth.
like
You have a cloak.
bandages.
Yep.
Yeah.
The panels flash all auburn.
Throg, your hands will hurt, but you can do it.
Do you want the cloak?
He has gauntlets on.
He does. He does have some gauntlets.
Yeah, but you can see they're getting very warm. He ignores the pain.
Of course.
Oh.
And he touches it. As this happens,
Uh-oh.
bravo, getting it wrong and still getting it right. This was amazing. So
right.
this was
What can I say?
That's how we like to do it.
as you do this, as you do this, there is the sound of sort of a like the bottom dropping out. Oh, should have had this ready. Where is it?
It's a cool sound effect. I think I know exactly
I know.
which
Yeah,
one
you
you're
know
gonna
which one I'm going for. Oh, I think
It's just the sound of the.
the door.
I know where it's at. Hang on here. I'll find
Play
it.
that
One
for me
second.
one more time.
Here and here. All right. As you touch the final panel, these were not the seasons. This was the day of creation. It was midnight.
It was dark.
Dawn, noon, and twilight.
hey, but those
The
patterns still
same
follow each
pattern,
other.
exactly. Yes, you still got it.
Nailed it.
Well done.
Good work.
Love that sound
Uh-oh.
effect.
What is that?
Dahlia's
sound?
on the bridge.
I
at
think a
this
good one
point, too.
David, hearing that, looks to the blue door.
and
Milo
you
looks
see
everywhere else.
the blue glow vanishes. Dahlia, you see a flash in the serpent's eyes where you're standing, and then it vanishes, and the blue light goes away from the door.
David just goes, yes! Oh, it's just like the books.
I was right.
Yes, it is.
We all win.
Yay! Something good happened.
I was genuinely very frightened.
So,
too.
had you failed,
Snake did bite me.
had you failed,
Oh
Yes.
no!
you had these guardians here,
Oh,
which would have
no.
appeared. So let's just show. Get a
Are you
sense
gonna
of-
show the minis?
Yeah, I'll show. Yeah, so you would have faced,
Ooh.
and these were.
Gorilla?
That's a gorilla.
Yeah, but they were not normal.
No, of
they
course
would,
not.
They were shaded.
maybe
and-
shadow like the
How would
wolf.
they
Exact-
have appeared if we would not have like?
They would have appeared in the room
They're
and
magical.
attacked
But
immediately.
by doing what?
If we did it out of
the
order.
wrong order.
So if I would have done the one,
You would have
First, we
would have
would have been
unleashed
trouble.
these beasts, and
you
they
mean
were.
So
he
you're welcome.
accidentally did the first
Hey,
one
Jenny?
right?
I don't think was he accidental or were you purposeful?
I was.
Was it accidental?
It was a mixture.
It was an educated
It
guess.
makes sense, like
Yeah.
plot-wise too,
Yeah.
to like go from.
I think I had an understanding that
Educated guess.
darkest to lightest was seemingly how things were supposed to be going, so I started.
Well, and the easy mistake would be, so in this room, if you read that, oftentimes if you're assuming a day, you would start with dawn. That would have been a mistake.
Yep.
The day starts with the turning of the night.
Oh, I understand what
mid-
you mean now.
Exactly.
The red to red to red.
So look
Like a
at the-
rising arc.
Right, so
The other one looks like
this
a
is
falling arc.
midnight.
Oh.
This
Oh,
is
that's so
midnight.
good.
This is dawn. The
'Cause
sun
the
comes
sun's just
up.
rising.
Its rays spreading
Oh,
to either side.
that's cool.
This is high noon.
Lots of
It's
sun.
high noon.
What did I just
That's
do there?
good.
What, yeah, you got. What?
You moved the camera
Oh, yeah,
so
so
weird.
far. Yeah.
Hey, what's in those other rooms?
Nothing.
Hey, what's in
nothing
there?
there.
Hey, what's in there?
Oh,
Hey, what's in there, John?
You should let us know.
So that was noon with the full sun, and then this is twilight, where the sun is leaving and the night is falling.
No.
I'm just glad we did it right.
So
Yeah.
you did
Yeah.
it right, yeah, but accidentally.
We'd have no way of knowing that there was a potential, like a different.
No.
We don't know that.
But at the same
Characters were just
time-
happy.
David's read
It
too
worked.
many books where things go bad for the heroes that do the
Yes.
puzzles wrong, and he's
Yes.
so glad
True.
they did it right.
True,
Yes.
you did, and this door no longer glows.
By the way, there was another door through the library. We didn't go through because Dahlia was wise and
Okay.
I was curious.
Well, the glow went out on the door. I say we go through the glow.
Why don't we check that last room that they had found before we move forward?
No,
Just in case. There
no,
could
the
be,
glow went out.
There
but
might
there
be
could be
something.
something even more useful in that room.
The glow, we. Oh my gosh.
It'll
we
still be-
succeeded.
It'll
and we
still
know
be.
how-
What if it comes back?
Then
we
we'll
know
light
how
the
to
incense
succeed
again.
We erased the glow.
Yes. And we know how to do it. Trust me, please. Come on.
He was right last time.
You notice the 4 crystals are all now inert and dark.
Oh, great.
I will just set mine down next to my brazier.
Okay.
Should we? I mean, put them back where they belong. Just put it on the table.
Not a bad idea, actually. Now I'll walk my crystal back over.
I was thinking Mila's gonna go over
So
to
you
the
put all the
grains
crystals
and
back on the table.
What is the problem with going back and just checking one room? Would you rather not make sure that our rear is safe before moving forward?
You
Your
always
butt
gotta,
is never safe.
Well, if we can check every room in the dungeon other than that, then yes.
you gotta make sure to check your butt.
But the glow went out on the door. The glow. You're not curious. Okay, David,
course.
this
I'm-
does not make sense.
I am
Oh,
incredibly.
nippo novel, fippo fob. Give me click.
No.
Click would go through that door.
I think Dahlia just goes. He just figured this out. You two did it together.
You're not curious as to
We
what
are
figuring
curious.
out.
Daisy,
We're
I want to
going
go
to
through the
get
door.
there. We will be
Have
going
an
through
ounce
it.
of patience for me, please.
There's another mystery door right around the corner.
Just an ounce.
We can have both.
I'm gonna go scoop the rest of the grains in the bag. Fix that up.
All right, you go scoop the grains in the
Yeah.
bag. What's everyone else
Then I
doing?
set it back up.
David's heading into the library that they came
All right,
from.
so you go back into the library.
There's a whole nother mystery door.
All right,
You haven't even
so-
seen the door.
All right, so no, so David's going back in the library. Throg is standing by Dahlia. Mila is doing.
I'll go with David.
All right. Daisy Bell is doing what?
I'll just stand at the door.
Okay. I don't know where the minis went. Whatever I did there a moment
You're
ago.
just
killed
waiting
all the
for us
minis,
to
but-
stop looking at you
All
so
right.
you can open.
So, Daisy Bell stands forlornly by the door, the blue glow gone now, as she watches the rest of the party walk back through the opposite door.
Dahlia hasn't walked through yet. She's just kind of looking at Daisy.
Okay.
Oh, what are you gonna come? Drag me? Because that's what you do. You stop me from doing stuff. You drag me to where you want me to go. I have free will. I'll stay here.
You gonna open that door?
Probably not, but I'm not going with you.
Can I see you try?
Oh, you want to come open it with me?
I kind of want to watch you try.
I'm gonna poke my head in.
Is it locked?
I'm gonna try to jiggle the knob. It opens.
The door opens.
A door? Opening! Are you gonna look in?
Yes, I'm gonna look in.
Okay.
All right, so you guys hear this.
Dahlia's
As
just
you-
kind of watching. I'm keeping eyes, don't worry.
I poke my head in.
All right, so we'll come to that. You guys hear the door open. Do you continue going to the other door?
I will.
Okay.
But as that moment occurs, I'll just look to Mila and go, her impatience confounds me. Can she not just wait?
Your patience is perturbing.
Let me role play.
You are not here!
You and me both. But this is where Dahlia said the things, and then
This is quite the library.
Yeah, it's incredible. Lorfane wrote this herself, and she'll point to the book on the desk
Interesting.
and start talking about how the branch came off and started knocking books out and the scrolls, and then this was the book that the one guy
Thaddeum?
Thaddeum? You've already forgotten
I
Thaddeum?
wrote. Look, I wrote it down. Just-
You know now the light is no longer shining on the book.
Oh, that's strange. There was like a sourceless light that was on the book, and it is not
Perhaps its puzzle has been solved.
there anymore. Yes. Good job, by the way.
Thank you.
But
This is the door.
It is good to have done something apparently correct.
You've done many things correct.
Thank you.
you open the door? Ignoring
Did
the
I
sound?
check it?
Yeah, there were no traps.
Previously?
Or you found no traps.
Okay, then yeah, I'll open it.
It opens into a larder room.
Ooh.
You see all kinds of pumpkins, fruits,
and
cheeses. There are fresh fish that hang from a rope. No, fresh, like glimmering, glistening. There's a chill in the room even colder than what you sensed elsewhere.
This place is so...
Several jugs, casks that sit beneath shelves. There are weeks of rations here.
Wow.
Everything looks fresh. Berries in baskets. Apples in crates.
You read so many stories, and then you finally find yourself in a place like this.
It's incredible.
If what you say is true, that desk was Loraphane's, and that book was that keeper's, this room is easily centuries old.
Ancient.
And that fish looks like it could slap me in the face.
Yes.
And it will!
It hops off the wall.
And I have been slapped in the face by a fish before. That's a story for another day.
I plan on hearing it.
It wasn't fun, it was very big.
There was a hearty laugh from Mila.
This is...
Well, I'm glad they're having a good time.
This
Are you
is
not having fun with me?
incredible.
Yes.
You're
I
mocking.
mean, we shouldn't take
No, it's
any
not
of
our
it.
place to take any of it, but
No.
to marvel at it.
It is a lot. I'm simply in awe of this place.
It's good to be here with a person like you. Seeing something like this.
The longer you look, you see fresh leaves of spinach, celery stalks, unwithered.
Dew still on the...
Let's
green-
not go that far.
grocery store.
Yeah, not go
It's
that
been
far.
misty
No,
freshly.
there's no misty. No, just like they were freshly pulled, laying on these racks. Let's come back to you, Daisy Bell.
The life in this place is beautiful.
Daisy Bell, as you open the door, The room behind is fascinating. Dahlia stands next to you, Throg, of course, next to her.
Stop.
You see behind, there's a strange obelisk in the room. The same thing you've seen elsewhere in this shrine. The stone, the vines, the leaves which grow from it. But this obelisk in the center seems to have 5 sides. And you see something on each of the faces of these sides.
What do I see?
Well, let me show you what you see.
This is such a cool map.
It's so beautiful.
Beautiful. It's so cool.
Thank you.
Tailspire is a fun product.
Indeed.
It is, and it's a lot of work. too. But all right, so hang on here. I don't know what happened. Something funky happened, but I'll pull this. Whoa! Oh! I somehow copied the entire map.
Well,
That's why
that'll make it a little easier.
Yes. This. All right. So this is what you see.
Okay.
The obelisk in the center of the room has.
Is only for me.
Yeah, you're
No, she can see in the room.
I'm looking at
yeah, you're looking. You see one that has
Make an obelisk.
stone, stone and like leaves and roots which are pulled from it. Another which seems to have wisps of water and waves. Another which has an almost anthropomorphic visage, human-like, pulling out from the stone. Another with flames that flicker, and still another with wind that blows.
Wind. Okay, hold on. Fire, wind, leaves.
Fire, wind, leaves, and like a human visage.
Human? Okay, that's
human,
4.
Humanoid.
Is it out of stone?
What's that?
Is it out of stone?
Oh, and stone. Wait, no. Did I? Oh, yes.
The
and
human
stone
water.
and
visage is in
leaves.
Yes.
stone, right?
There was
Yes.
water as well, Jenny.
Wisps of water.
Wait, stone and leaves, and then
Yeah.
water?
Stone,
Well,
leaves,
stone, comma,
water,
leaves.
fire,
Water.
human visage.
Fire. Air.
Okay.
Human visage.
It's a
Very cool.
the man kind of reaching
Yeah.
through the stone to be anachronistic, very Han Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Carbonite.
Dahlia, would you like to see what's in the room?
I'm already looking at it.
No, I only poked my head in because you did not want. Would you like?
I think when the door opened, I would have kind of like posted up, like kind of in between.
It's beautiful in there, isn't it?
You see there are more frescoes on the walls, and they have carvings in them, words which are in a language you don't recognize, but it looks like one that you've heard Dahlia speak. Dahlia, as you look over, you see Sylvan etched in the walls.
What does it say, Dahlia?
Oh, do you want me to read it?
Yes.
I guess I could. If only my friend were to ask me nicely.
Would you
Something.
please interpret the walls?
I think I like pick you up in a hug, and I just go yes, and then I quickly put you down. And still door kept open so that way we can still hear the laughter from the other side and making sure that all eye lines are clear and all
Yes.
that. I'll kind of just start reading and translating the best I can.
As you look and begin to read, you see it speaks of 2 separate times and rituals. One speaks of the Song of Seasons, ceremonies which were held to mark the changing of the seasons, guided by Lorifane and Winifred's wisdom. This was clearly, again, before the Winter Dark, but these are described in detail across these scenes and frescoes. The other is you see a reference to a time when Lorifane called upon the elements to heal the wounded land after a great calamity. The calamity is not referenced here, but you can see the pain of the land and Lorifane's hands casting healing balm upon the lands.
John, this is awesome.
Well, thank you.
That's amazing.
All right, so back to
The food room.
food room. David, Mila.
I guess it was nothing in here, but it was good that we checked.
Just like taking a look around. I'm guessing, just to see if there's anything that might be written
Or magical, perhaps.
or magical, perhaps.
Something hidden in a pile of carrots.
Yeah, so as you
Doing my due diligence.
different door.
you sense a very, very sort of almost baseline dim level of some sort of preservational magic in the room,
Abjuration, perhaps.
but there is nothing else in the room.
That is so interesting. There's, in this specific room, there's a sense of magic that keeps it fresh, but everywhere else there isn't, yet it is.
I think that it permeates this place.
But here, definitely stronger.
Wow. Yeah, I think that's it.
Ancient and powerful. What a blessing to get to see this
Right? In our lifetime?
in our lifetime, yes. While I have you very quickly, I just wanted to mention it is nice, the things you say, that I am capable. Daisy was not kind this morning,
I know.
and it hurt.
I'm so sorry.
Your words did not go on deaf ears, so thank you.
I speak the truth, and I do not say them lightly.
Your kindness is boundless, so thank you.
To those that deserve it.
Gosh, I want to bite into that carrot. It just looks so good.
No. Remember the rules that Dahlia gave us. We do not eat the food.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go meet them.
It's hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat for one of our two giveaways today. Again, we have the
Thank you.
the Mordenkainen's Lost Notebook and also the $10 gift card to Troll Lord Games. So hit hashtag BlueBoxRPG in the chat for the giveaways.
No, Amanda, we look
Amanda
at the
wants to see us
rules.
trapped here forever.
Yeah.
All right,
Turns
so
to ash in your mouth. You're just stuck here.
back to the room with the obelisks of the various.
Whee!
My words, I don't want to say. No
When
one
we
else-
emerge, have they disappeared beyond the door?
Yeah, but you can see them through the door.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a straight shot through.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
straight
yeah.
shot.
Okay.
through, yes. And you see all of them. They're standing in a room. There is a door on the north side of the room, which is completely white. And you see no seam, no seal, no handle, just a plain, flush white door to the wall. But they're all, Daisy Bell and Dahlia are standing in front of this strange obelisk with these shapes and forms on it.
David will take a moment to poorly read
Yeah.
the Sylvan around the room.
What is that part? And I think Dahlia kind of like points to a certain part. What do you think of that?
It feels very song-like. Perhaps it's referencing a song? Could be a song itself.
Is it?
You're learning.
I'm doing my best.
You're doing great.
Listen, Orcish and Gnomish were very easy to learn. This is a bit different.
Well, you've got an interesting teacher, so.
Indeed, you are quite the teacher.
I'm
Do not
surprised.
discount your abilities.
You find the language easy. I found every language difficult.
Well,
Daisy Bell, you're standing there. Do you just listen? Do you watch? Do you do something?
I don't know what to do. Well,
the,
apparently there's a door.
With no seam, no seal, and no handle.
nothing
So
el-
something on here
Nothing else in
in
the room?
this room opens it.
No, this is the same thing you've seen before. Root systems which embrace the stonework, yeah, but no.
no
This is-
buttons, no.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you
There's
get,
a
you're,
big
you're
glowing
standing
switch.
outside the room, so
Sure.
you're going in the room.
Yeah, I think we'll go in.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought we had.
As you move
Give
into
it
the
a bit of
room,
a walk around.
everything
Magic.
explodes in a blast of fire.
We all die.
Great game, everyone. Thanks for staying with us.
Some hexes, some dungeons, and
Yeah, this is not that. You know, this is a place of neutrality.
All right.
As you step in the room, You get closer and you notice there are, actually, you asked about buttons. There are huge brass buttons.
Oh no.
One
How dare I be so right?
beneath each of those 5 images.
Interesting.
Looking at the human form, can I make out anything about the features, the body language, the way that it's looking?
As you look
Anything about
closer at it, I described it as, anthropomorphic, human-like.
Yeah.
But you see the visage has no features. It's smooth. The hand outreaches, the fingers are articulated but thin, slender. Reaching out, that's all I can say.
Okay, so that thing that y'all read went to the other
A
room.
dance of elements.
Well, with the things on the walls.
Speaks of a song of seasons.
So would it have anything to do with this?
I'm certain it does.
Well, then figure it out.
Well, I personally can't read this.
Well, one of the interesting things I had the thought of is these aren't seasonally related off the top of my head more than they are elementally related.
Well, what are the elements?
It seems to be that earth, water, fire, and air are very present in
So what does it say on the walls?
Oh my gosh. Daisy Bell,
Yeah.
of all people.
Oh.
As you're looking, you're staring at the walls. You note there's a stone that looks slightly out of place on one of the walls beneath the words that Dahlia was reading earlier. It sticks out just a bit. The seam is a bit wide.
I think Daisy Bell, of all people, is the
Yeah.
one who would notice that.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna kill us all, but I notice it.
What a way to go.
What was the
What a
word
way to
that
go.
what was the word that she read?
The word? So I.
Which word was closest to this stone? I think is
Oh,
what she's asking.
closest to the stone would have been.
I would have been pointing at Song of Seasons when I was talking with David.
The word first to where she was reading would have been. Hold on here.
These are good.
I brought it upstairs.
It's nice.
Yes.
Laura Fane.
Okay. Laura Fane. Okay. Well,
Because it was but Laura Fane
it's-
called upon the elements.
I walk
healing the
over to
wounded
it
land. Okay.
and I look at it.
Okay.
Now are you gonna loop it,
And
shift it, move it, tap it?
I'm going to
Pop
push
it, twist it, pull it.
Shout it.
You
Yeah.
push it. Roll d20, add your wisdom.
This is where we all explode.
This is where you
This is
get
where you
real sick.
explode.
19.
19.
On the dice.
Wow, that's
You
great.
start to push it, and you realize, as that last little lip is hanging out, if you push it any further, you may not be able to pull it out. You're about to make it flush, sink.
And she doesn't feel anything depressing mechanically behind it.
No, it's
I pull it out.
so you stop and you pull it out. As you pull it out, you see the stone is long. You pull out, it's longer than a stone should be, and you see there's writing in script you don't understand, but it matches the script on the walls.
I think David has been far too. David's been far too
Whoa.
distracted.
Come here.
Where'd she get that rock?
Whoa!
Well, my keen eyes spied it in the wall, and I pulled it out, but there is writing that I do not understand.
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
It sounds like she needs some help translating.
Please.
Yes! Dahlia, I think, like, kind of
magic words.
leans over your shoulder and, like, rests her chin there and, like, just kind of holds it for you and starts to read over it.
Okay, you read it, and it's easily discerned. Now, you recognize that the Sylvan being used here is an old dialect. You know, like all languages,
Yeah.
it changes over time. But this is even longer than 1,000 years. This is a really old dialect. Perhaps referencing, well, I'll let you draw your own conclusions. It says, should be simpler. First, foundation firm and vast. Then flowed depths, a liquid cast.
Yep.
Debts or depths?
Depths.
Depths,
Thank you.
a liquid cast. Zephyrs whispered secrets free.
Oh.
Next passion sorrow.
Start over.
Okay.
I think I got it.
Okay, let him finish it.
I'll sort of. First foundation firm and vast, then flowed. I rolled a nat 20 on your check, but
Let's go.
flow depths, a liquid cast. Zephyrs whispered, secrets free. Next passion spark set life to tree. Yet from it all, an essence gleamed, a luminous shade seldom seen.
Oh, okay. All right. Wait, what was that? What was after sparks?
All right. Foundation firm and vast, then flowed depths, a liquid cast. Zephyrs whispered, secrets free. Next passion spark set life to tree. And from it all, an essence gleamed, a luminous shade seldom seen.
Okay. So stone, water, air, fire.
Man.
Okay.
Nice work, everybody. Excellent across the board.
I think Mila has been reading the Druids,
This place seems to be a
famous
myth of-
Druids and prophecies, while they've been doing this. She got distracted.
Okay.
Yeah, she just like swiped one of the books that you were carrying.
This
and
place
started-
is so obviously a reflection of creation itself, the entirety of the cycle from nothingness to something. Of
Well,
course, it
yes.
would make sense that we follow
And the
creation
stone
along
that
this.
I found gives the clue to all.
Is there a air elemental trapped in that rock? To make it look like Aihrde? That's
Yeah.
good.
So we had kind of the diaspora, or the
That's really awesome.
diorama, rather. Yeah. And
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Well, would you like to press the 5 stones? The 5 buttons?
I think we should all press them at the. Oh no, it should be in order, huh?
Yes.
Well, yes.
Yes,
but-
I will go and press them. Boop 'em all. Okay.
Do you want me to hold your
So
rock?
you're pushing. What order are you pushing? In?
Well, the order should
we
be
agree upon
stone, water, air, fire, man.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I didn't like the hesitant thumb
don't
there.
like it either.
There's
She's
I go boop, boop, stone.
he's a master of he
Yeah.
does
Don't
this
look
all
at
the
him.
time.
Don't look at him.
Look at me. Don't look at him.
Okay. I'm scared.
It's gonna be
As you push.
It's gonna be fine.
Oh yes, we
The white.
Hey,
The white door opens, revealing an ebony staircase that
No, it does
descends
go
into
deeper.
the depths, and you smell something pungent, and you can hear the lapping of water.
Nothing but pungent.
Uh-oh. I like this room better.
Pungent in what sort of form?
Well, now I
Decay.
kind of want to go see.
Roll knowledge nature, all of you.
Great.
Just a,
Seem to be opposite ends of the spectrum of
just a
grunt.
7.
This dice is rolling so well
Just a
for me.
7.
Do
Is
we
it
all
because
have
I
to
yelled
roll?
at it?
Well, it's the other one.
Do I need to roll?
Yeah. Well, you don't have to, but
Yeah.
Oh, 7.
I flipped it very well.
okay.
I yelled
Is
at
it nature?
Yes.
Yeah.
20.
I had an 18.
You got a dirty 20.
Yeah,
Dirty 20.
17 plus 3.
18.
All right.
I've been
And
rolling
I'm sorry, Dahlia,
wild.
yours.
it. Is it a 7?
All right, Mila. It smells like fungi.
She like looks up from her book.
Mushrooms.
Yeah, it's fungus, mushrooms.
Well, that would make sense.
Are you
Reading right now?
Both oh, sorry, I didn't see that earlier. The cameras are lagging.
It's on famous
Yell at me
druids. I
next
thought that
time.
it would
I'll
be
fix that real quick.
useful
Hang
if
on.
I find something about lore,
Relevant,
fame, and
relevant.
prophecies.
If this place is to represent the entirety of creation from front to back, mushrooms tend to end most things.
Or grow out of
Whoa.
the ending.
Exactly.
And
New
most
life?
things like us?
Well, no, it's
After you die, they ensure that you are recycled.
yes.
Well, I'm not going into that room.
Oh,
the
now
first
you
room
don't want
you
to go
don't
in the
want to
room?
go into.
one that-
Aren't you furious?
It represents death.
It
No,
represents the cycle of life. The
Well, look,
There
we've
was
been having a
death.
great time so far.
I'm
Now
gonna
now
start
there's
walking
life.
down the stairs.
Dahlia already
Yeah, I'm
is.
gonna start heading that way.
Throg just
I know,
erupts
I
and
know.
thunks down the stairs
Orc
with
soon,
you.
orc soon.
So you first, Throg, then.
I'll go.
I wasn't too excited to stand next to those snakes with you. Come on, you've got it. What's a silly mushroom?
Silly. They represent death, you said.
I think I might have
The cycle
misspoken.
of life.
Why don't you ask Dahlia about that? She might have a better answer.
They're good. Some
on.
of them are really good.
Some of them are poisonous.
Yeah.
So do you.
Some of them are fun.
Go down or no?
Everyone
yes,
else
I
is.
go down. I'm not
Okay.
staying here by myself.
All right. So everyone goes down the stairs.
This is where we all die.
As you walk down the stairs,
Oh God.
the air
I
gets
told you we're all gonna die.
cooler
This is
The first time I'm not
This is
freaking
probably
out.
actually a tomb.
and darker. As you go down the stairs, they seem almost endless. It's the
Alice in
first few
Wonderland?
seconds, and they're complete darkness. You can look up, you see the door still open, you can see the illumination, but down below, wait, the slightest pinprick of light. You continue down the stairs. They're smooth but sure and steady. You run your hands along the rough, cool stone, and as you get further down, you see a pale bioluminescence below.
Pretty.
It takes you 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Wow.
Can't
Thought it was so
imagine.
painful to climb back up.
You feel the pressure building in your ears as you go.
Wow.
You can't imagine how deep you've gone.
Oh boy. This can't
When
be
you
good.
finally emerge, you open up into a room that is not all that large, perhaps 30 by 30 on all sides. You see mushrooms and other types of strange fungi that grow from the walls, some glowing with azure light, some glowing with a crimson, almost like the passion of a beating heart from the walls. But the center of the room, which draws your eye, is a circular pool of water that shimmers like a mirror on the surface.
Okay. So we've worked very hard to get to a pool of water.
Beautiful pool of water.
Yes, I'm not discounting that. But it's not exactly what I was thinking we might find.
We don't know what
I go
it
over
means.
and I look into the pool
Yeah,
of water.
I think as she's walking, Dahlia's doing the same thing.
Okay.
Still detecting magic, looking for traps. I don't trust it. It's
All right.
beautiful.
So you feel potent magic here.
Oh.
In fact, you feel all the disciplines of magic.
Oh.
Every single school you feel emanating from this pool. Ooh.
Be careful.
As you approach the pool, the water shimmers.
Oh.
You see something stirring beneath.
There's a lot of magic. Very strong magic.
David backs away slightly.
I back away.
You back away. All right, what about you, Dahlia?
I stay there.
You stay next to the pool. Everyone else backs away. As you stand next to the pool, I'll read this for the viewers quickly. You see a visage begin to float up through the waters. A creature, half human and perhaps half fey.
It's fine.
You see, as she appears in the... Hang on here. Kill this. Whoops, wrong one. Do that again. There we go. And that. Don't fight me. I dare you to fight me. I beat you. All right, I'll deal with that. As you see the visage come up through the waters, it can be no mistaking. This is the spirit of Lorifane. As she floats up through the waters, you see antlers which seem to sprout naturally from her head. There's a benign look to her countenance, and yet her eyes are hollow and white. Who is it that enters my domain, that passes my wardens, and seeks my name?
My name's Dahlia. I think I've been trying to talk to you.
You see the eyes, though they're all white, somehow they seem to shift and focus on you. As this happens, you note also something moves around the stone. You see a serpent, glistening ebony, but identical to the serpents that were up above, this hooded, and it just begins to circle around the stone, just moving
On your shoulder.
around the stone.
It's okay.
Child, you are touched. Fey, not Fey. You said your name is Dahlia. Come closer. Look into the water.
I'll look.
You peer over. What looked mirrored before now looks like an endless expanse of dark depth. You see Lorifane again floating, clearly spirit, not flesh, but a perfect representation of her in life.
I don't think this is safe.
Dahlia is not your name.
I have my dagger out.
If
Do
I
you
have
not know your true name?
no. Do you?
I do.
Oh no.
You are called... The head tilts. The ear lifts as though listening to the voice of another. Yes, mistress. I'm sorry. It is not my secret to tell.
Could you point me in the direction of the right person?
Yeah, 100%.
The laughter tinkles like water down the side of stone. There is one already who fights for you. You have friends among my friends. The truths you seek are in your new home. They are not mine to tell. But fair one called Dahlia, know that some truths bring pain. Is this why you've come? To know your name?
Well, it seems as though more darkness returns to these woods. And we were seeking aid in any way that could help.
David will slowly walk up and bolster Dahlia in this moment, placing a hand on her back, kind of noticing this is a lot.
I think you would hear, like, just kind of in the quiet, like a tear fall into the water and just sort of...
Has this all been spoken in Sylvan thus far?
I'd speak in whatever she was speaking in.
She spoke... that's a good question. She spoke in common.
Okay. David will continue off of what Dahlia had just said and just simply speak. My Lady Lorifane, your song of seasons, the passing of each, appears to have paused in the twilight. It is winter without, but remains summer within. Something is very wrong. And I may not be a proud woodland elf, but I would love to help these woods.
What voice is that I hear? Do you speak untruths to my ear? The long night is past. I can feel. The sun warms at last.
My name is David Preston. Although if you know a different one, I would truly love to know it. But...
Another that wishes to know his name.
It's sort of a theme for us.
Alas, you are not of my kin. My heart weeps for you, but I cannot give you your name.
I would dare not to come in here and speak untruths. I have just told you what I have seen, what we have seen. Your woods are sick again.
Sick? How? Sick with what?
Mila will also walk up, put a hand on Dahlia, cast guidance, just because, you know, have a little something. I'm Mila. There are creatures within these woods that do harm to those within it.
The goblins, the orcs, they always roam these woods. They are much like any predator. They do what they would.
Are they welcome?
Never welcome. Does the rabbit welcome the fox? I despise them, but it is not my lot.
They are simply the sign of a greater illness. A parasite, guided by the hands of one we know to be called the Grave Lord.
I know not this name. What is this creature you claim?
We have disparate ideas on what it may be. My personal opinions aside, he is capable of rallying the various tribes of orcs to his cause, to work under one banner. Perhaps gnolls included. We have yet to prove that. But I believe he too works within a nearby city that has sprung up since you last laid claim to the Twilight. Perhaps he resides there as a man known as Tom Sorrow.
I'm sorry, these words mean nothing to me.
I understand.
Have you seen this Sorrow, this Grave Lord, this...
If I have, would there be a way for you to tell? I would give you the sight, but I don't have...
You see the eyes close for a moment. Not the close of concentration, but like of weariness. My time grows short with you. It takes much from me to be here in this form. If you have something to show, please do.
You have it?
The dagger.
No.
Oh. Oh my goodness, I do. Well, good on me. Daisy Bell Beauregard here. Reporting live.
Just checking in.
The head like kind of snaps over like a discordant voice is hit in the room.
You've been here the whole time.
If I'd known.
I think I have something that might be of help. And I pull out the flesh.
The skin.
You pull out the skin, the flayed skin from the knoll.
And I hold it up. Tink.
Would it be possible to, for us, I don't know if I could try to like project out that shared memory of ours on our last day of being in Altamira as
The man
children.
in the red cloak, or the thing in the red cloak.
Yeah.
The last
moving,
day of
yeah.
the slaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what David was trying to ask.
Right, I figured that, but so you concentrate, you show the image, the eyes which have opened now again, you see hand lift to mouth, looking over at the image that Daisy Bell holds up, this flayed skin with this slender figure. Dahlia, as you concentrate, you feel an empathic link, and you briefly touch Laura Fane's mind. You feel a change, a shift in you. You can't quite put your finger on what's happened, but if you'll make a note of that and ask your DM, he may share it with you in the next session when you have a chance to rest. But something shifts inside of you. But you do feel the image of that robed figure inside the first rat's nest with hands and faces pushing out through the fabric as the figure of the silhouetted Grave Lord. There's an intake. Then it's happened. No. She stops.
Oh no!
What?
Not that either.
Not what?
Oh no! Why must we withhold answers?
Laura Fane! What?
You have others to aid you in this.
No, we don't!
Hush, hasty child.
Oh.
I think Dahlia, like,
Your manners are wild.
Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Learn from one who's called Dahlia, and let your temper be mild.
Well,
I think Dahlia,
There's as she says this, there's like a weird, the lit eye.
Oh my god.
That's
a
good.
Cheshire grin on Dahlia's face.
Oh,
That's really good.
It is this one, she points at the skin. In my woods.
We believe.
I flayed this off someone
I
that I
feel-
killed.
As you say this,
You're like an 11-year-old kid.
I know. I killed this thing.
You're like a cat coming out. Got
as you say this, the boldness, the brashness, the way that you speak, at odds with the rest of the party,
Uh-oh.
the serpent comes
Oh no.
Crap.
and it coils itself around your leg
Oh.
What?
and begins to make its way up.
Can I
You can
insight?
see its dark tongue flicking out, like smelling, sensing you. It puffs its hood out.
David takes a very deep breath.
Back to you.
Can I insight the snake?
Inside the snake.
You can insight the thing.
Like, is it tensing to like
You can. I mean, you
attack?
don't need to roll. It is could go either way. It is pulling out. You're uncertain. It's definitely puffed out the hood. You
Is it
saw the
under my
sensing.
clothes?
No, it's
on
up
top
at your
of you.
neck.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's
On your
crawled
shoulder.
up. It's now here. It's crawled up. It's like face to face with you. You see these fangs glistening. The tongue flicks out. The hood puffs out. Back to you. This is a name, Gravelord. I hear other names. The wind whispers them to me. The Pale King. The Dark Rider. The Willow Man.
Oh, that's a good one.
He has a daughter. You have. The eyes scan around. I see. And yet, I may not speak. Mistress, may I? And then she lapses into a tongue that is angelic. It is something beyond your comprehension. You may make a roll.
You have
Go ahead.
advantages?
Yeah,
I do.
So
I
make a roll. This is a tongue none of you have ever heard before.
Is this linguistics?
Yeah, roll d20, add your linguistic skill to
Okay.
it.
I'm
Rachel's like,
This is-
I
this
was
is-
ranks of that.
celestial?
yeah, this is what I've
What's
been
that?
waiting
It's
for.
not celestial?
It is celestial, but
It
we're
is,
still
but
going to
it's-
call
Oh,
it
it's a certain
linguistic.
tongue.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, okay. So
like it'd
I'm
be hard to
going
read
to
ancient
use an
syllable.
inspiration.
Hashtag Blue Box RPG in the chat,
Do I
everyone.
use advantage?
Yes.
I think I
Yeah.
use advantage.
Do
I
it.
think I'm going to use
Please.
advantage. I'm using
We
advantage.
need
Okay.
any answers.
And I'm
Okay.
using a d6. I need this.
Roll them bones.
Okay.
Yeah. Roll them all at the same time. Okay.
Cool. Cool.
Is that a one?
Yep.
Thank you, 491.
Is that
It's cocked.
okay? Okay. Okay. 20.
Thank you, Tracy.
Is that
A dirty
Unnatural.
20. Unnatural, dirty 20.
A freak of a 20. Just a nasty little weirdo.
I rolled real badly.
You didn't roll that.
20 is good.
I rolled a 1 and a 13.
Yeah, John, 20 is
and then
very
a
good.
1 on my
20's a good,
d6.
20's a good number to have.
This is it's a language, it's a celestial language you've not heard, and yet there are roots, you're able to glean 2 words from it.
Okay.
One word that you hear is a beseeching, like a request that comes from Lorafane. Then another word you hear later that comes from a voice which echoes, booming inside the chamber. All of you hear it. The words reverberate through the stone walls. shaking motes of dust. But there is no fear from the roots and the fungi. They actually seem to swell with the power of this voice. And you pick out one word from the voice. The word is tears.
That's good. That's good stuff, John. Oh, this is good stuff.
Laura Fane looks back down after she hears the words. I may give you two things. One. She waves her hands, and you see bubbling to the surface of the mirror an image. An image of a slender, tall, impossibly tall, perhaps as tall as trees, taller than trees, willowy looking figure. And beside it, a child, but a child which would tower over any man, standing amidst the woods.
John. I think I need to leave. It's horrifying.
Standing amidst the woods, silhouetted in the background.
Yep. You're on the same page with us now. Rachel and I just had that moment a couple minutes ago.
As this image shimmers on the waters, it just as quickly vanishes. You cannot face this alone. One called Dahlia, whose name will come in time.
Oh.
Beside the pool, look opposite side, you will see there is a stick. It is a dagger. This you can slay the Willow King with, for it is of his making and kind, not his making, his kind. Do not use it on his daughter. You will have to face his daughter on your own. It would kill her, but you have no chance to kill the Willow King unless you can plunge this into his heart. This is all I am given to tell you.
Thank you.
It seems.
And Winifred.
There's a nod. It seems my friend is taken with you. As the serpent pulls its fangs up, it gets right into your face.
I look at it.
The fangs, inches from your nose. The tongue licks out, flicks.
David's covering his eyes.
I cover your ears.
And then it coils around your neck. And it whispers its name in your ear. And that's where we'll end tonight. The end of Blue Box Session 33. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for Tears of Aihrde. All right, so we are. What's that? What's your name?
Cameron, I think it's your mom.
Bravo, great job,
I told
everybody.
you, you think you give the DM just a little thread. And he's like, oh, a tapestry? How fun.
Everything's ruined.
No, you don't know, guys.
I'm sorry, a dagger to kill the Willow King? We're supposed to fight
Daggers,
What?
daggers. Just a story of daggers.
Daggers and all kinds of daggers. All right,
It's actually not Dungeons and Dragons. It's
Dungeons
daggers
and Daggers.
It's daggers and daggers.
All right,
Daggers
quickly,
and daggers.
let's go. Hashtag BlueBoxRPG. We'll do the first giveaway today, which is the $10 gift card to Troll Lord Games. We'll give you 10 more seconds to type that in the chat. Then we're going to do our stream MVP vote.
I don't
we'll
remember
tell
what happened.
Yeah, it's all right. And let's start with. We'll go in. I'm exhausted.
Yep,
These
me
things
too.
are
Wow, it was quite
consuming of
too.
energy. Oh, again, started with one. So, Daisy Bell, why should you be
Huzzah.
stream MVP?
Well, Fiddle DD, the stream MVP should be me. Well, anyway, today was a very interesting day. We started with us going into a room. How interesting.
Okay, can we
And this is why I should be
You're gonna make him feel bad.
MVP.
We started with a left foot step.
You know, I tried my hardest to find something. I opened books. I dumped bags of rice out. I threw bags
You
into
found
water.
the tome of dung.
Whatever.
Possibly the most important find from the place.
But,
Like,
hold
I'm just
on.
saying,
Thank you,
This is
Tracy.
great information
Oh, you got 1,000 from
for-
Tracy. We will carry over all bits.
Hey.
Because there was no combat today, we will save all the bits, including those that went to the DM at the beginning. Thank you,
No.
Moose. Thank you, Kurt.
All for Throg.
For Throg.
Oh, Throg. Oh, let's go for Throg.
No, we're joking.
He interrupted my.
Sorry, please. I'm sorry.
So it did not stop there. I picked up a crystal and decided to get things moving. So luckily, when I went, I did not. Luckily, did not make that. So we did it right. But I was the person who started it off. Anyway,
The catalyst.
Really not true. Just factually inaccurate.
then this glowing stopped, and they wanted to go check out another room. Not me. I wanted to go the other room, so I opened the door, and you know what? Lo and behold, I find a stone that's poking out of the wall. So I go and I pull it out, and guess what? We find a riddle that we all kind of solved. And then we got into a room, and we go downstairs. And I push all the little things, boop, 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 and I go downstairs, and we find a shiny lake, and I get a pet snake.
Bars!
Wait, what
You're
if
in
you
the
did
spirit.
get a pet snake?
She 100% got a pet snake. It told its true name to her.
Yeah, all right. And so,
me my
first of all,
name, his
the
name.
winner of
Oh
the
no,
gift
we have a
card
snake
is
and a rat.
Kalhira. Kalhira, are you still? Or Kaihira. Kaihira, are you still with us? That would be a
Send a
first-time
message.
winner.
My boy.
Kaihira, let us know in chat if you're still here. That's a
would
$10
be so
gift
funny.
card.
Yay!
All right, Kaihira, jump into our Discord.
Which Manda's gonna
Which
send you a link
Manda will
for.
pop that link into and message Manda, probably easier, and give her your email, and we'll send you that gift card. The code. We'll send that quickly. Now, if you've already entered the giveaway, you don't have to type it again. Now we're going to go through and we're going to draw for the grand prize, which is the Mordenkainen Lost Notebook. This thing, if I showed it earlier, if you didn't see it, it's a super fun. It's a Lightning Source reprint, but it has all kinds of spells
I would love
and
to see it.
lore, and yeah. Here, and actually, this is I have another copy of it, which is more pristine.
And to be clear, we'll be drawing for a potential winner.
Yeah,
of
so we'll
this.
draw 4 times. So you, Daisy Bell, will be rolling for Manda. You've got Mystical Unicorn painting. Thank you so much again, Tracy. Always such a huge supporter of this stream. We really appreciate all
Truly.
that support. It helps us. It helps us with all the expenses, all the cost to run this. This stream is expensive. Don't tell my wife. It's expensive. All right,
No one has to know.
Mila, why should you be stream MVP?
Hey there, folks. Mila should be stream MVP because books! So many books!
Books!
There's books and scrolls and, more
scrolls.
books! Ah! She was losing her mind. She was having a great time in the library. Fantastic place to be. Started reading the tomes. Had a little fun role play with Dahlia. Had a little fun role play with Daisy. Had a little fun role play with Click.
David.
Daisy!
all the
All
D
the other
people.
D's
Yeah.
but David.
But Click. Are you good?
I'm good. I'm fine.
She's thinking about books again.
I just look. It consumes my ever waking days.
The camera needs to go over to her.
Oh, which the camera should
It's still on
Daisy?
Jenny.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you guys.
It's okay. I can't think of anything else, anyways. That's it.
You got the double thumbs up.
think
That
I
works.
would say that.
That's it.
All right. So
Books.
Mila,
I love books.
you will be rolling
do
for
something like
Fraley. You've got Patrick. Wow, we're doing our mods today.
Oh, okay.
Our mods are doing well.
We're letting that fly?
You can.
All right. David, why should you be stream MVP?
Yeah, why should you be MVP?
Wait, what did I miss?
Nothing happened in the chat.
You have to read it.
Don't worry about it.
Anyway, why should you
Hey, yeah,
be
David
MVP?
should be MVP. For God, my brain has just gone horribly awry. When
Same.
trying to puzzle solve as best as he could, but keeping things moving. Got into that room off to the side, unlocked that door. Had a little bit of fun role playing.
Yeah, that was nicely done.
I do know some mild stuff about lockpicking, and I want to bring that to the character.
29 total on that roll, I think.
29 total on the roll.
30
Used
if you count my
an
guidance.
inspiration for it, so it boosted the roll a bit. But I'm pretty good at it, believe it or not. And helped them learn some stuff in that room. Then tried to do some stuff with Daisy, and I think things worked out decently in the end, but David is obviously still not very happy with Daisy and has made that pretty clear with the way that he's been treating her. But not being vitriolic. I think he's just kind of being petty, which I'm fine with. And indeed, being the actual one responsible for starting the solving of the puzzle, not the only one that solved it. We all did as a group, but you missed earlier when you completely solved the secondary rooms puzzle. That was an entire thing that you did on your own, which was pretty awesome. But we as a group solved the first one, and it was simultaneously an accident and on purpose. We won't say
Educated guesses, it's
which
fine.
way it leans more than the other, but
That's the way of the rats.
we got to have a fun little moment between.
So, sorry. So I already showed you what in the second room you would have fought elementals based on.
fun.
Would they have broken out of the
Exactly. Yeah, they would have burst out from the rock.
That
that would
been
have been a
awful.
much worse
There,
fight.
there were
Those gorillas are no
That's a
joke.
big gorilla.
Well, no, they were wraiths. They were not the little.
Oh, they just might have had some elemental
They
attacks.
had no. I'm sorry. The gorilla and the panther were not. They would not have been natural figures. They were wraith-like forms.
Oh,
Yeah.
So they would only
Both
have
would have
been
been one-
able to be hit by magical weapons, which
Oh, wow.
I think would have limited to the shade
blade and all of her
anything
attacks.
that she could have done.
I have some attacks I could hit.
You
Oh,
have
that's right.
plus-
Yeah. So, and then
Get
in
outta
the second
here.
room, yes, the elementals would have burst
I wouldn't
from.
dare to use
yeah.
that patter flash.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
Had a little bit of a fun conversation with Mila, got to have a little bit of a heart-to-heart, and mentioned something that Rachel gave me a long time ago, which I bet she's excited I'm bringing back up, a book that she recommended to David over the letters that they wrote to each other over the 7 years, a book called The Heroes of Harrowsmore,
Yep.
who the main character, David, was trying to emulate in this moment, a true hero in a dungeon, and got to relive the stories he's read and got to stand up to traps and solve puzzles and speak to a person who's connected to a god, the spirit of a druid. I mean,
Yeah.
he's absolutely living the fantasy life that all these people got to live outside of the city for so long.
We're all
And-
experiencing it together.
for sure, but for David, I mean, he's literally never left Altamira. It's been very
Very
real
brief
and
moments,
visceral,
yeah.
and everything's coins and stones and daggers, but out here it's magic and whimsy and weird stuff that doesn't make any sense. And so I
Nightmare.
liked getting to go up and back up Dahlia and help
That was
her out
nice.
and continue that conversation. And
You're
I also
rolling for
got to bring up
Rachel.
some notes.
Aw,
You got
yay.
Rachel. Well, we're keeping this very much in the family so far.
Wait, who
last but not least,
grab?
Dahlia. Why should you be stream MVP?
Lots of good little Dahlia bits here and there.
Very
Lots of fun little bits of role play with Mila and with Daisy and with David. Good little jokes with David, which always makes me happy. Good bits. We love bits. The children love the bits.
The children
love
the bits.
What else, man?
You had some pretty heart-to-heart moments.
Yeah.
With Guinevere and
Well, and your
Lorfang.
Grog connection was kind of
Yeah.
fun. Some cool moments.
And some
with
good
Grog.
flashes to like very nostalgic moments in a place that is
Yeah.
her home of you lot. Yeah.
And
good.
a reference to your Fae, like a friend that's
What's
Yeah.
up
Yeah,
with that?
we got all the stuff about my name, which I
I
don't
loved how
think-
emotional you got about that.
Yeah,
It was really good.
Yeah, a fun little bit. Got blessed. That's
God
sick.
blessed. Yes.
Doesn't happen every day.
Doesn't happen every day.
Something
what else?
changed?
Lots. Yeah, something changed.
Something?
Something changed. Lots of,
John?
lots of good conversation with Lorfang. We'll see where this goes. I don't know, guys. I'm worried. I don't like all this.
What the heck is
I'm
the
not
Royal
gonna. I
King?
don't know what my name is. I don't know anything.
What memories you can trust.
Yeah.
That one
All right.
especially.
You're going to be rolling for 491.
Hey.
Yay.
Congrats. All right, 490. I think
he won
491.
last
You're
week.
in. Yo, he could win again this week. Yeah, that's. I mean,
We never deny.
Yeah, we don't deny. So 491. Are you still in? All right. As we get ready to roll, we have one question for you here today. If you're watching this stream and you've not followed yet, if you're a follower and for some unfathomable reason you have not yet subbed, if you're a sub who has had his or her sub expire, what? We have one question for you today.
What are you
Give
doing?
us a follow, give us a sub, resub. Thanks to all those who supported us, all the bits, all the gift subs. Somehow, I don't know how we did it. We evaded a raid today. It's impossible. We had so much that was given, but it was all staggered out. But thank you for everyone. Not a raid. I'm sorry, a hype train. But thank you for all of you that did
I
that.
don't think that we had a raid.
Yeah, we did at the very beginning. So Lord. All right, let's roll around the room. Tell us who you're rolling for. Make your roll.
Oh, mystical.
Here we go,
Unicorn.
Manda.
Here we go. My dice have not
Thank
rolled
you,
very
everyone.
much today, so
They're not hot. Is
they're
what
not hot.
Join us Tuesday night.
But maybe
Sea of
they're
Dark Sun.
perfect temperature.
Shakat is the title.
10. I'm sorry.
Right in the middle.
mystical.
10.
Very
We can
Okay.
all roll back.
Really?
Here we go, Patrick.
Okay.
That dice just
Thank you,
doesn't like me.
Thomas.
Nat 20!
Wow.
This dice has been
Bailey's got
rolling
the
like
nat
crazy.
20.
I'm about to roll for you.
I know! This
Let's
dice
check
has been
that for
rolling
waiting.
like
All right, go ahead.
crazy.
For Rachel, a 17.
A 17.
Yeah,
what
You
you
beat
did.
yourself. All right.
I
you
have
did.
491.
I like.
Phantom.
Oh, thank you, Robert.
I mean, you were close.
Thank you, Venom.
I got a 1 and a 2.
I got you, Fraley.
Let's go,
Oh, no, that's a
Fraley!
7.
Congratulations, you have won, my friend.
Good job.
As we conclude tonight, episode 33, Tears of Aihrde. Final comments from our players to our amazing
Thank you guys. Thanks.
Some great
Thanks for watching us lose our minds over this game.
Hey, for
We're
you guys-
finally getting answers.
Yeah, for you guys
sorta.
that were present, this is a very lore-heavy session. So
We have a
Super
pet
lore
snake
heavy.
and a pet rat.
viewers. And you evaded both combat opportunities, which
true.
is well done. Yeah.
Thank goodness.
That would have been bad.
And that's, I mean, DMs, let your players avoid the combat. I mean, it doesn't have to happen, but if it
you can
does,
throw a
I'm so
gorilla
proud of
around
us.
in the woods.
wipe the floor with them. All right, we're rating Stronghold
Wait, what did you
D&D.
say?
Nothing. I said nothing. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you to my amazing players. You guys are awesome. Great stories
you.
being told here at
You know,
Blue
it's good you
Box.
would've been standing in
As
the
we
middle.
raid Stronghold
you
D&D,
would've
we
been
hope to
there
see you
right
on
there.
Tuesday night for Sea of Dark Sun. Blue Box signing out. We love you guys. Bye-bye.
the poll didn't end, but Dolly is MVP.
Oh,
yeah, I
I'm
didn't
sorry. I
even
didn't think
no one else. It wasn't even close on
It
anyone
wasn't.
else.
It wasn't.
close.
What is the amount?
Dahlia.